All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast, the hottest podcast in the Tri-County area of Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a pop-up podcast, so come on in the room and let's chop it up. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Let's chop it up. We got a good one for you here today. This evening, I should say. Yeah, we getting ready to dive right into it. We ain't gonna mess around with it today. So, beautiful evening here in sunny South Florida. Beautiful, beautiful evening. Now, chop it up. Give everybody time enough to get home from your job and sit in and grab your glass of wine. If you don't have a glass of wine, get it. Be ready to chop it up. The number to call in is 754-227-1986, 754-227-1986. That is the number if you'd like to get in on the dialogue.
Keep your calls brief and stay on point. No rambling, please.
That's right. Don't forget to hit us up on our Cash App. It's Cash App. $ Adams Brothers Podcast. And on Zelle, it is wadamsbrotherspodcast@gmail.com.
And I also want to say the views and opinions expressed in the chat or the calls that are being taken are solely those of the author and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Adams Brothers Podcast or our parent company, Adams Brothers Media, LLC.
That's right. This is an Adams Brothers Media LLC production. Thank you for joining us. So let's get right on into it here. Let's dive right on into it. I'm going to even turn the music all the way down because I know we're going to be playing a clip here pretty soon. So, as you all know, that the Deerfield Beach City Commission, the mayor, the vice mayor, commissioners, they made a decision to sever ties with the Broward County Sheriff's Office after a 35-year relationship together. It was like a marriage, you know. And the commissioners, it went on a long time. It was a long meeting. Now, they didn't take the vote until shortly after 11 p.m. And I know some people was putting into the chat. Maybe it was a 3-2 vote, but listen, I don't know how they come up with a 3-2 vote. I know Dan Hurds, he sometimes he watches our podcast. I know he put that in the chat, but I clearly heard 4-1. I heard the mayor, Todd Drosky. I heard District 1, Hudak, Commissioner Hudak. I heard District 3, Shinesky, and District 4, Tom Plout. They all voted yes. So I was a little bit confused about how it was a 3-2 vote. And even when Commissioner Preston, even when he made a motion to, here's this chat bots in here again. You know, we're gonna have to block these people here. Give us a second here. Let me see. Let's block this person
Or put them in timeout.
Ban this user and delete the comment. Okay. I don't know who this person is. They come in here in these little chat bots, and they put all these little questions high, and you know, this and that. They were on the last one here, so let's get rid of them so they don't have to come in here anymore. So we just got rid of them. So please be respectful when you come into our comments and say things here. We just block these people. They come in here and they put all kind of crazy stuff in the chat, you know, and spam and all kind of stuff. So good riddance. We just blocked them. So like I said, the other vote was Vice Mayor Ben Preston. He made a motion to stay with BSO. Okay. And it was seconded by Commissioner Daniel Shinesky. So they did the roll call. District 1, Hudak said no. District 2, the vice mayor said yes. District 3, Daniel Shinesky voted no. District 4, Tom Plout voted no. and the mayor also voted no. So it was a 3-2 vote to kill Vice Mayor Ben Preston's motion. So they killed that, and then right after that, District 1 Michael Hudak made a motion to bring back the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire Departments, and they had a roll call. District 1, 3, 4, and the mayor all voted yes to bring back the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire Department. So, with the only one that was against it was Vice Mayor Ben Preston. So we've gotten a lot of calls this week that, you know, the whole time that Commissioner Daniel Shinesky was against it. And when it came down, when the rubber hit the road, he voted along with Commissioner Hudak, Plout, and the mayor to bring back the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire Departments. So, yes, that's what happened. So now we have a grace period, like it's just under 2 years, and we will be bringing back forming our own municipal police department and fire department again from scratch. And yes, I do agree that other cities like Boca Raton and Coconut Creek and Margate, Hillsborough Beach, Lighthouse Point, they're all doing it. Delray Beach, you name it. All of these police departments, they're efficiently running their own police and fire departments. So a lot of people are saying, why can't Deerfield do it? Well, no, nobody said we couldn't do it.
At what cost?
There's a cost for that to bring back the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire Department. You're going to have to add at least 300 employees to your payroll with fringe benefits and everything. So it's going to cost. It's not going to be a small amount of money. There's a startup cost, and I don't see a savings in the first year. I'm not a mathematician or a college professor, but I could add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And I can tell you that these numbers are not going to add up without your ad valorem taxes going up. Taxes going up. So before we get too deep into it, I want to play the
and also Commissioner Shinesky, if he's out there listening, he listens, because sometimes we have spoke on things, and he called me the next day. So if he's listening, he's welcome to call in right now, and he can tell us why did he change his mind. I was also told that if you vote on the winning side, if you're on the winning side, that you can bring or revisit the issue. That's what I was told years ago. I don't know if any truth. I remember being told that about 15, 20 years ago, that was
with that we have a
on
motion.
the winning side, that you can revisit an issue or bring it back up. So I don't know. Maybe someone can clarify that. We welcome everyone in the chat. Miss April Lewis Bolowich and Miss China Trusting
Hey,
God
China.
Smith. How you doing, Miss China?
Good to see you there, Miss China.
Good to see you.
So we have the video here. We're going to play the video, and for the people that said it was a 3-2 vote, I'd like for you to explain it to me, because I know what I heard and I know what I saw.
I think that's probably what Mr. Hertz, and maybe he can
maybe.
explain. I mean, I'm quite sure Mr. Hertz is watching.
Yeah,
he can call in.
Yeah.
He know he's
we'll let you
welcome
know
to
when to
call
call
in whenever we finish and let him explain that. But I'm thinking that why Mr. Hertz said that, probably because he voted no, or he voted yes, but yes really meant no. So I'm just guessing. Hello, Susan Page. Thank you for all for joining the Adams Brothers podcast. But that's my thinking. I don't know. I would like to hear from him, but you know.
Let's just, okay, we're going to watch the video of the meeting. when they voted to bring sever ties with the Broward County Sheriff's Office. And right after that, Commissioner Hudak made a motion to bring back the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire Department. So let's watch the video and then we'll pick it up right after this. Okay, let's see if I can make the screen bigger.
And a second on the floor. The motion is to accept the 2-year contract from BSO. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Hudak,
No.
Commissioner Plout,
No.
Commissioner Shinetsky,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Preston,
Yes.
Mayor Drosky.
No.
I would like to make a motion to to begin the process of establishing the City of Deerfield Beach Police and Fire.
I'll second that.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Hudak,
Yes.
Commissioner Plout,
Yes.
Commissioner Shinetsky,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Preston,
No.
Mayor Drosky.
Yes.
I'm
Second.
proud of you.
Okay, so that was the vote. That was the vote last night. Not last night, but Tuesday night.
January 20th.
Clearly you heard all three commissioners and the mayor voted to bring back the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire. And some people are happy.
A lot of people happy.
A lot of people are happy. They weren't happy with the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Me personally, and this is just me talking, I don't care who doesn't like what I have to say. I like the Broward County Sheriff's Office, okay?
I did too.
And I'll give you one reason why, okay? When our sister was murdered back when my senior year at Deerfield Beach High School, and nothing against the detectives that was back there. One of the detectives who are good friends with him right now today.
Yes.
And he was a rookie detective back then. Detective Andy Giannino. Damn good law enforcement officer, detective.
Yep. Still on the force right now.
Still there after 30, almost 40 years on the job. He worked on our sister's case, and he did the best job he could do with the resources that he had, but they didn't have the resources, and they weren't able to solve my sister's murder, our sister's murder. And that murder went unsolved for 21 years, I think it was?
23 years.
23 years from my senior year at Deerfield Beach High School up until the Broward County Sheriff's Office took over here in Deerfield Beach, and we gave them hell, and they opened up the case again, and they ran DNA and everything, something that the Deerfield Beach Police Department didn't have. And they did all kind of, you all know the story. We've been on there. We've said it a million times here. And the Broward County Sheriff's Office was able to make an arrest. So they had all of the resources here. And that's one of the reasons why I was in favor of them. I told Sheriff Dr. Gregory Tony that I didn't like the way he was put in office, but I liked the job that he did when since he was put in office. You know what I'm saying? I like the job that he's done. Some people might not like it if you had bumped heads with him or whatever. If he fired someone or whatever, that has nothing to do with me. I'm talking about my experience with the sheriff. I don't know if somebody's calling in, but we're not taking calls right at this moment. Okay, so hold your calls. Okay, please, whoever's calling in, hold your calls. We will let you know when to start calling in. Okay, we're gonna just do some talking here right now. So that's one of the reasons why I personally, Daryl Adams, I'm talking about me, nobody else. You already know I'm straight up, and I'm gonna give it to you straight on the rocks, like a drink, a strong drink on the rocks, no chaser. That's why I like the Broward County Sheriff's Office. We didn't have that. Not to say that was then. Am I willing to give them a chance, a new fresh start? Absolutely. I don't have a choice. We don't have a choice because this governing body, they already voted to bring back Deerfield Beach Police and Fire. So I'm sure that these brave men and women that they're going to hire, they're going to do a damn good job here. I have no reason to doubt that they wouldn't. But at what cost? That's my thing. At what cost? there's going to be a cost attached to it. And my thing is, my taxes at my house has been favorable to me since I moved in there. And I don't want to see my taxes go from what they are now to maybe double. So that's my concern. You know, we already got all kind of crazy stuff going on around the country. Every time you turn around, insurance companies are going up on your homeowner's insurance and your property insurance and your auto insurance and your life insurance and your health insurance. It's just they're always in our pockets. Oh, so a lot of people are saying, when is this going to stop? And we're going to be taxed right out of our homes. So, yeah, that's my take on it. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. There's going to be a transitional period where BSO will still provide quality law enforcement and fire services to Deerfield Beach. But I think that ends in September of 2027, if I'm not mistaken. We tried to reach out to Sheriff Dr. Gregory Tony to get him to come on here. Somebody's calling in. Let's see who this is calling in.
Let's see who it is.
All right, let's
Hopefully
see who
it's
this
Mr.
is.
Hertz.
Call from.
Serica.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
So let's see here. I need to.
We
press
getting
one.
two calls, so someone else hold on too. We're
Good
gonna take
afternoon,
this call.
Serica. How are you? Welcome to the show. Always good to see you. I didn't have your number saved in here. I got to save your number.
Listen, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Right back at you, Serica. We love what you're doing down there in Pompano, first and foremost, and keep giving them hell down there in Pompano.
I love what you guys are doing in Deerfield, and what a timely message you guys have right now, in the platform you have to be able to dive into this historic decision for Deerfield and what it's going to mean to the residents. So shout out to you guys for being timely and taking the initiative to create a platform where people can talk about these issues.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you
But
wanted to
listen,
say? Go
you
ahead.
you guys done started something, and we're the neighbors to you all. And as you all know, we are looking at whether to start our own police department as well. So I'm curious to see how everything unfolds. But one of the things I do want to say, speaking to something you just spoke about, as far as the cost of like everything, and as much as we like to look at our pockets and what the fiscal implications are, we also got to look at the collateral damage that's going to happen in the transition of these police departments. And when I bring that up, I'm always talking about Pompano being BSO's training ground. So if Pompano is BSO's training ground for new cadets, and now Deerfield is going to another, their own police department, we're not talking about bringing new police officers out of the ground. We're talking about BSO officers leaving BSO and going to Deerfield for whatever reason. Same police officers, different uniform colors.
Mhm.
So the culture of policing is going to be very unstable for a period of time, because you're looking for new leadership in a new police department. And our lives are always the one that are frontline and the guinea pig to try out how new police departments work. So while we're all talking about the fiscal, we also got to talk about the lives that are going to be affected by this transition that you guys are going through. So I really hope you all, and I know you will, stay on top of it, making sure that there's a comprehensive plan of how to create a new culture of policing in Deerfield, because it is going to require some accountability, and that you're not just changing the uniform colors, but you have the same police officers that you may or may not have a problem with. So I just wanted to speak to that, and I'm hoping you guys, and I know you will, stay on top of it. But Pompano's up next. Let's see what's going to happen with BSO.
Pompano
but-
is definitely on the clock right now.
But-
Yes,
But
yes.
I want to say this at least, Serica. At least you guys waited for a study,
Comprehensive
a
study.
comprehensive study. The sheriff came here through all the rhetoric, that the back and forth, and at least he offered to pay for the study. And he couldn't guarantee. They wanted him to guarantee that the contract would stay the same and it wouldn't add. And I think when he did that, my opinion, he should have just told them, yeah, I'll keep the cost the same, because that gave them, in my opinion, an out to say, well, in which they did at the meeting, well, he can't really tell us, is the cost going to go up and this and that. At least you guys got a comprehensive study done, which again, he offered to give them 2 years, and he was going to pay for the study themselves. But I know politics played into that, and I know because they tried to rush it through so quick, and I know why they tried to rush it through. They said, well, it's either now, because they know I'm running, and they know that I'm totally against it, and probably whoever from District 1, if I think who's running, they are going to be against it too. So I'm thinking that was their strategy, that we're going to do it now while we have the votes. We're not going to wait until that 2-year transition period and take that chance and we never get the police. That's what I'm thinking that their strategy was here. One of their strategies. They're going to probably try to deny it, but it's just conversation. And again, I at least wanted to see a comprehensive study done. I would have been more satisfied if the study came back and Sheriff Tony gave them their choice to whoever they picked to do the study. That's all I would have liked to see. That's just
Right.
only thing that that was just my gripe there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. And as you know, politics, that's why when people say I don't do politics doing the hell out of us right now.
Mhm.
Because
That's right.
everything
That's
is politics, and we are constantly being misled, bamboozled about what is really happening. We're being emotionally led, we're being rage baited, and what we should be focusing on, we're not, because our attention span has dwindled down to about 90 seconds, or the length of a good reel,
Mhm.
which means sound bites. Commissioners and different people, politics, do things to get these sound bites to make it sound good, or make it sound like we're doing something for you, but the implications, and they know them. And that's the thing. It's not that these politicians don't know what they're doing and what the overall effect is going to be. It just doesn't affect them the way it affects the masses. We have a few people making decisions for the many, and then they are a protected class. So, a lot of issues are plaguing our community right now. And more than anything, I want us to get out of our feelings and get into our thought
Definitely.
patterns. Let's start thinking about things logically and stop being moved emotionally, because these politicians have us Black folks pegged, and they know the heartstrings and the things to pull at to get us to show up and be mad and be outraged. And meanwhile, you leave after the item you wanted to talk about is discussed, and then all of the big business and all of the things that's really affecting you happen when you're not there.
That's right.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man, because we need more independent media voices, more Black media, more people speaking about the issues to us, about us, because no matter what, it's not going to affect us the way it's going to affect them. And we have to continuously talk to each other about how these things are affecting us, whether you're specifically engaged or not. It is at your front door. These things are affecting you. And what more reason to get involved in your safety when you're talking about transitioning a police department during a critical time in this country, when safety is at the forefront of everybody's mind, and you're talking about transitioning police departments. It's a lot of unstable decisions being made by leaders, and it's time for some new voices to get involved. New people need to step up.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Say it all the
good
time.
luck to you on you and your race. And listen, y'all got it going on. I'm about to jump on Bottom Up Podcast at 7:00. So I just wanted to come in, show y'all some love.
Thank you.
Tell how much I
Appreciate you.
y'all. So we got to link up this year. It's
Yeah,
time for us
absolutely.
to collab and
Yeah.
do a special episode with the Adams Brother and the Bottom Up Podcast.
Can you
You got
imagine? Can you imagine when we link up? It's going to be pure pandemonium. I mean, I can tell you that, man. I can tell you it's going to be a good one that you don't want to miss. So if you all don't know Serica Peterson, she runs the Bottoms Up podcast down in Pompano Beach. Y'all go over and like her page. She's on Facebook and YouTube. So
Yes.
go over and check her out. And if you could join her, please do. We're going to
Very thorough sister.
Yes, after
She's
we
on
get
top
off
of everything.
after we get off of here, we're gonna come over and support you as well. So, Serica Peterson, thank you.
All right, we're only on YouTube now.
YouTube
So
now.
shout out to we're only on YouTube
Okay.
now, but shout out to my co-host. Hey, she considers herself part from Deerfield sometimes, you know.
Okay.
You know, they go to Deerfield Beach High School sometimes, and then they think they from Deerfield and stuff.
Okay. Serica,
Thank
thank
you,
you for
Serica.
calling in.
All right,
We
y'all have a
appreciate you.
good
We
night.
love you. Keep doing what
That's
you're doing
right.
down
We
there in
love you.
Pompano.
Love you too.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. All right. Next caller. If you want to call in, we only have one phone line. So when you
Right.
see us talking to someone, please don't 5 people start calling in when you see somebody
Right.
talking. No, we can't answer but one call at a time.
And we
okay?
think that might have been Mr. Hertz. We saw Miss.
no, but his name shows up when
Okay.
it shows up. It was somebody
Maybe
that,
that
we
was
didn't
him.
know.
70
It was-
number.
Yeah. So
I don't want to call the rest of the digits out, but that 70
that
number.
could have been the
last-
sheriff. I don't know. It
The
could have been the
last 4
sheriff.
digits.
talking.
Hey, we reached out to him. He was talking to
Yeah.
us Saturday.
Monday
Monday at the parade,
Yeah.
and we were trying our best to get Sheriff Tony on here.
Yeah.
He wanted to do an interview that day, actually,
Yeah.
but that was Monday. I wish we could have got him. But also, I wanted to address something.
Next caller, you're up. The line is open. So
The
don't.
line
you
is
know,
open. Whoever had that last 4 digits that start with 70, you can call back. I think I saw that 70. Or either if we can, we'll call you back. If
It was 561-400-7062. Whoever that is there, I don't know who it is, but
But I also wanted to say something. I heard
Go
some
ahead.
comments made at the meeting twice, and I think Commissioner Plott said that at the time when Deerfield went to BSO back in 1989, I was there to all those meetings. I was here. I was there. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you I was there. It was not no dysfunction on that commission at that time. You had, if I remember right, you had Mayor Gene Robb at that time. And I think maybe Al Capolini.
Peggy Nolan
No,
was
Peggy
there?
Nolan
She
was
wasn't
not there at that
Okay.
time. It was if I remember right, it was Ben Budd, Joe Trachtenberg, and I think Al Capolini, as I say again, had just maybe came on that meeting. But from my memory, I'm 59 years old. I don't remember no dysfunction on that commission at that time. And I think I heard that said that it was dysfunction. It was no dysfunction. We was working for the city at that time, and it was not no dysfunction here in this city. Yeah, they went for a reason, and they promised everyone back then that they were going to try to save us $1 million. That was a lot of money back in 19. They started talking about it around 1989, 1990. The talks went on. But, I mean, you know, you had Mayor Robb. She was a strong woman. She was a strong woman. She had a strong personality. Now, if people want to say that was dysfunction, I don't see that as dysfunction, because at the time, Mayor Robb did a lot for this city here.
Yeah.
And after.
And her husband.
Yeah, and her husband. But we're talking about her at that time. She was leading the commission, and she did a lot, especially for the general employees. Help shepherd as far as the pension plan at that time that we had. We used to have at that time, which fortunately me and Daryl was a part of that state pension that they originally had, that defined pension plan, and they got. Mayor Gene Robb made a lot of enhancements to that, but I don't remember any dysfunction on that commission. And I was going to the meetings then as a young, probably 22 year old at that time. So the comment was made about dysfunction in the city. It was no dysfunction. No one was going to jail at that time. So that's just not true. I mean, I don't know what minutes they're reading into, but I'm telling you, I was here and I was there at the meetings. I was going to the meetings, and I just don't remember no dysfunction. But one thing too, I also wanted to touch on, because I keep hearing this all the time. I keep hearing people all across the city, people that don't live here, keep saying you can control the cost. When the hell have y'all ever heard of politicians controlling the cost of anything here in this country? I'm just asking a question, because I keep hearing this. Oh, well, we can control the cost. Yeah, can Deerfield do it? Yeah, they did it before, so we know
They can
they're
do it
capable
again.
of doing it. That's not a problem. And I heard the mayor said that this city outgrew BSO. Maybe so, but at least do it the right way. You could have did a comprehensive study, and that would have been the right way to go. And if you wanted to go that way, I don't have no problem now. You know, I tell people, because some people, I know one person, I'm not going to call their name, but they called gloating yesterday, but they got personal, reasons for not liking the sheriff. And like I tell everybody, this our podcast here, we ain't got time for no personal vendettas. We on here trying to bring it to you straight.
Raw and uncut, unbossed
So-
and unbalked over here. Nobody runs
exactly.
nothing over here. We're the bosses over here. We say whatever we want, and anybody that knows Wayne and Daryl Adams, they know we straight up. We give it to you straight up like a strong drink on the rocks.
And
No
I don't
chaser,
care about those
you know?
personality conflicts. I mean, if someone got something with the sheriff or anybody else, that's them. Y'all settle that. But
Yeah.
we're not gonna be bringing personal vendettas over here to this podcast. It just don't work like that. So, but people gloating right now. But again, I saw different comments saying, and I heard the Vice Mayor Preston say the other day that we got to buy all equipment. Then I saw someone online saying that, well, we don't have to buy the equipment, but I heard the vice mayor up on the dais the other night saying that we got to buy new cars. It's so much. What about the insurance? What about if and we know police are trigger happy all over this country, whether you comply or not, okay, because we're going to saw so many cases. So all of that, if they kill someone or whatever, the taxpayers here are going to be on the hook for all of that. I just think people need to look
But they
at
have insurance for that as well.
people
too.
need, the insurance going to be high. Well, that's price going to be passed on to the residents. What I'm saying,
I understand.
it's still
that.
coming down to a cost.
Yeah.
So people need to look at all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
all of that needs to be looked at. I mean, again, all you heard, well, you can control costs. You can control costs. And one other
control.
thing that I don't want to see, because I see this all the time from different police departments across the country. I don't want to see politicians using the police department up there for their own personal police to go after people who they disagree with. Oh, I'm high on that. I do not want to see that.
Yeah.
Okay? Because people can say, well, that won't be done. Let me tell you something. It can be done. Anytime there's disagreement, we see it here in this city all the time when politicians have disagreed with someone.
And it
They
happens,
tried to
it
use
happens
the
all
police.
across the country. It happens not just here. It happens all across
happens
the country.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And these are legitimate concerns.
Let's read some of these comments. D. Trevor Reck said, vote all of their asses out. Okay. Susan Page said, you just asked Dan to call. I didn't ask Dan to call.
I asked Dan to
I didn't
call,
ask
but
him.
it don't matter who we asked him if he called. That'll be fine.
So, and Denise Santoro, you got a long comment here, but I'm gonna read one of them. Our biggest problems is in our culture is policies, politics, politicians. We just saying voting one time a year. That's where it's at every Sunday. We want to run to the church house and we forget about the rest of the world. What really matters? Be honest to yourself. When the last time you went to any meetings? No discount of the council meetings, school board and meetings, very important, everything. So yeah, Denise, and we got another call coming in here. It looks like Pastor Keith Williams here. We're gonna take his
From
call.
Pastor Keith Williams. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press
All right, so we got Pastor Keith Williams, Apostle Keith Williams are calling in. Hello, Apostle Keith Williams. Thank you for calling in. What would you like to talk about?
Good afternoon, brothers. Man, just wanted to call and say I appreciate everything that you guys are doing.
Thank you, sir.
Number one, it is bringing light to a lot of dark areas, and that you guys are doing is really amazing, and I really appreciate that. But the one thing that I do know we need to do as people, we can't live 2026 in 1970s. We have to have a change of mindset. We got, if we're going to bring change, we got to change.
That's true.
We can't change if we still thinking on the old. You know, when out of the old and move forward. And my second thing is, if we want change to happen in the city, we got to get involved as well.
Right.
So if they're bringing back their police department, fire department, if you know that you're qualified, go and apply.
That's right.
Join.
That's right.
Please,
Go and
everyone
apply.
apply.
Join. Work the city as well. So you will have a voice, and you will be working in. Don't stand on the sideline
That's right.
and complain. Let's do something about it. And
Mhm.
that's what I wanted to say. You know, y'all know I don't talk that,
Right.
but you know, I had a guy that told me one time, and this guy, as he's supposed to be an older guy, and I'll just say it just like it is. You know, he was a white guy, and he said, "Brother," he said, "Can I tell you something?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "I'm not racist. I'm not racist." And he's a good friend of mine. And he said, "If you ever want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book because they won't read it."
That's right.
And I said, "You know what? Absolutely right." And it's a shame they see that about us.
Yeah.
We got to educate ourselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Start educating ourselves to do what we need to do. So we're not standing on looking in and complaining about it. Not complain. Let's do something about it together.
Right. Stand on
Thank
business.
you.
Stand on
That's-
business.
And we would
That's it.
hope that the
That's
city
it.
would put a real community outreach that, that sends recruiting to the high schools, and we all, like you just said, something very true, Apostle. If you live here and you're qualifying, please apply. We need homegrown people here. It's here now. People
Yes.
can complain about how they got here or whatever. Look, I said on here before, I know everybody know I'm running, but I hope to be involved in that and make this department a more diversified department that reflects of Deerfield Beach, not the foolishness we got from the 1970s, calling you nigger, putting guns up to your head. We ain't going for that foolishness this time here. So, of course, we want to see it made a better department. And if I can be a part of that, I'm going to help ensure that this is a diverse department that reflects our community. I'm going to demand that. It can't be no other
That's
way.
it.
So thank you for
That's it.
definitely saying that
Yeah,
about
thank you.
recruiting and applying for that.
Definitely,
Fire
definitely.
and police, please apply.
Yes. I appreciate y'all, man. Keep it up.
Thank
Keep it
you.
up.
Thank
The
you.
city
Thank you.
needs it, man.
We've
All
been,
right.
we've been
Okay.
talking to Apostle Keith Williams. He's a fan of our podcast. Thank you for calling in, sir. And like he said, if you qualify, you qualify to be a police officer or firefighter, go and apply. If you graduated from high school, if you've never been arrested before, if you got a squeaky clean record, go and apply.
Yep.
Go and apply. It's nothing. If you want to see change, go be part of that change. Be a
Yep.
change agent here in this city. Go and apply. There's nothing stopping you. Our kids are educated now. They have college degrees, associates and bachelors and masters, and several people in my family have doctorate degrees. So I mean, we qualify. Don't sit around and complain. If you qualify, if you've never been to jail, and please go and apply
And make this a great department.
and make this a great department. and do something. Let's make this city, make this world, make this county, make this state better than what you found it when you were growing up here.
Yeah.
I think we all have that responsibility to make this whatever community or city or county or state, country we live in, we all have a responsibility to make this a better place before we leave here. Because let's just face it, we all just passing through here. We're not going to live forever.
Yeah. And let's
We'll
not
die.
dwell on how they got there.
Right.
Look, politics always gonna play in these decisions. You know, we here now. We in a transition period. The police department is coming back unless something legal challenge or something come about. They're there. Let's just make sure that we everyone here are part of seeing that this department is diverse and reflects of this community now. Because again, we're not going to go back. I got old articles of where the black people were marching on City Hall back around 1970 or 71 because I got the article. Police was sticking a gun down a black man's face, down his mouth. I got the article where Reverend Moses Bryant, son, the police brutalized his son. There's so many stories out there. Everybody got stories out there, but you know, we keep hearing names about this person who's going to be the chief. And look, I'm quite sure they got someone in mind of who's going to be the chief here. I'm quite sure they do. And again, let's just make sure that whoever comes here and be the chief here in the city of
fair
Deerfield
and
Beach,
transparent.
that's right, that they're fair and they're
And
transparent.
hold them accountable.
Yeah, and they hold the people that work for them accountable.
And what?
And also, you're going to have other jobs, not just outside, not just with certified law enforcement. They're going to need clerical jobs there.
Yeah.
People, if Deerfield, let's make.
keeping, yeah.
They're going to need all of that.
Yeah.
Technicians, crime scene technicians. Let's at least make this the best Deerfield, the best Deerfield department that we can have. I just don't want the cost to go sky high. I mean, that's the thing that concerns me about just the cost. And we still have not been given. Go on, Daryl, because I see
No, go ahead and finish your point. Then I'll finish.
I just don't want the cost to get out of hand. Be transparent. That's all I ask for. And I think the Sun Sentinel and everyone else has asked for transparency in this. That's all. Be transparent with the residents. That's all. And you'll get the support that you need. We're going to read some comments. I see Mr. Greg.
Okay, go ahead.
I see April Lewis. Gelman Fatton said facts. April Lewis said we own the trucks. We don't own the equipment. Greg Holliver said they did that in Miami. April said per previous Fire Chief Matt Pelletieri, I had the same questions and that was his answer. I went to school with Matt. I know Matt from Deerfield Beach Middle School and Deerfield Beach High School. I know Matt Pelletieri. I just spoke to him a few years ago. And Greg Holliver just said Deerfield Beach by Deerfield Beach for Deerfield Beach. So yes, and April Oliver said real numbers. That's what we need. And I think people will be more comfortable if we did have real numbers. That'll take the fear out of everyone. And I'll say this, and let me make a prediction right now. I would guarantee you, give it about another year or two, we're going to have a public safety tax. Give it about the next 2 or 3 years. That tax is going to be equivalent. I can answer.
All right, we got a call coming in, so let's take this call here.
Call from
Daniel Shinetsky.
to accept. Press
Okay.
1.
Oh, we got-
Shinesky.
Press 2.
We have Commissioner Daniel Shinesky calling in. So, all right. So, Commissioner Daniel Shinesky, thank you for calling in to the show. What would you like to say, Commissioner?
No,
Thank you for calling.
And thank you for calling too as well.
No,
sir.
my pleasure.
I asked
My
for you to
pleasure.
call earlier.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir. And I tried calling earlier. I called
Yes.
twice and it both
Right.
went into voicemail. So
Right.
I tried one more time.
Thank you.
I put in a full day. I had a meeting in master management. I worked my regular job. It's been a long day. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
Right.
But, I'm calling in, just calling in. So
Yeah.
it's been a, very intense, few months. And,
I
I
want
went to a master management meeting and
I want to ask you a
What's
question,
that?
Commissioner, that we've been getting calls from
Sure.
all day. This is Daryl Adams here.
I bet.
For months now, you've been pretty much leaning towards like wanting to stay with BSO. And when Commissioner Preston made a motion to stay with BSO, to accept the 2-year contract, you voted along with Commissioner Preston, with the other 2 commissioners and the mayor saying no. And
I seconded, sir. I seconded
Mhm.
his motion.
Right.
Immediately seconded,
right,
and I voted.
right.
And if you saw on the YouTube, I didn't see you coming there. I didn't see you there, but if you saw on the YouTube, I fought my heart out for that.
I
for that 2-year
understand that.
extension.
I understand
I
that.
fought a good fight.
Yeah, you
but
did.
yeah, yes, you did. You fought a good fight. But when it was time to actually vote for the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire to
Come
be
back
brought
in-house.
in-house, everyone was asking, why did you switch up and vote yes, along with the mayor and Commissioner Hudak and
Commissioner Plow.
Commissioner Tom Plow.
We like to know what was your reasoning for that, if you don't mind
Okay.
giving that to us.
Sure, I'll be happy to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Because I fought a good fight, for the 2-year extension, which is something I thought we needed time. I think, the citizens needed time to really digest all the information, especially that the sheriff's office said that they would give us, they would pay the $280,000 or more for a full transactional study. That was the main crux, and I fought very hard for that. When I saw that it wasn't going that way, we have to face reality. The reality is that we're going our own way to have our own police and fire. And I had made a statement, I guess you didn't hear it, but the statement said, listen, now that I see that we lost this fight, I want to do what's best for my citizens, and
Yeah.
I'll work my best to have the best police and fire and first responder for my citizens to make sure they're covered. And I'll be overseeing it and making sure that we have the best service. It's like fighting somebody, like a big bully. And I believe me, in my lifetime growing up, I fought a lot of bullies, and I would fight and fight hard. But if the bully was stronger and the bully was, overpowering you, you tried to make peace with him. You tried to live with him, and hopefully there's a fight another day.
Yeah.
But I fought a good fight for 10 months. I was there alone, and I've made motions where I didn't even get seconded. And you can look up in the record that I've made motions with BSO where I did not even get a second, and it died on the vine. So I fought a good fight.
Yeah.
So, but the smart thing is, when you see you're defeated, then you have to do what's best for your community. And if we're going this way, then I will give every ounce of energy to make sure that we have the best fire, police, and first responder for the citizens of Deerfield Beach. And that's why.
Do you,
Okay.
Commissioner Shinesky, do you have any figures?
Yes, sir.
Have any figures been presented to you so far, like as far as startup cost or anything like that? Have you or any other the commissioners or the mayor or the city manager presented you with anything, any dollar figures? It's Wayne
No,
Adams.
not at this time. No, and the mayor. I went to a master management meeting in Century Village this morning. It was a 3-hour meeting, and the mayor spoke, and those questions were asked. And the mayor said they're meeting with staff today, and they'll be coming up with those figures. A lot of the things will be hopefully fleshed out, and I'll be on top of it and to make sure that our city is represented well.
Okay.
That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
I fought my heart out, but now, it's like, for instance, and I don't know if you saw in the Zoom where I spoke about World War II.
Yeah, we saw that
Well,
about your father.
Right. But before we got into World War II, there were a lot of people that saying, you know what, that's not our war. What's happening in Europe, that's not a war. I don't want to get involved. And then there was, they were saying, we don't want to get involved. That's the Europeans' war. But when we were attacked by the enemy, and they were a an Axis group. It was 3 countries, and they were allies of each other. When we were attacked, those same isolationists said, you know what? Now let's fight. We have to fight the good fight, and we have to win, and we have to save freedom. So same thing. I fought. You saw me. You saw me at every meeting, and sometimes I felt I was there alone.
Yeah.
And I went to all the town halls all by myself.
Right.
And I went there. I fought a good fight.
Yeah.
But listen, this is reality. And now I have to shift the fight to make sure that, with this new police and fire and EMS department, that we have the best, that our citizens are represented, that we are covered. And that's the important thing. That's a focus right now.
And
Let me ask you a
I
question.
know we're looking into the unknown. I don't know, but I will use every part of me, my intelligence, to make sure that we have the best. I'll speak with people. I'll ask questions. I'll be on top of it.
Okay.
I hope that answered your question, sir.
Yes, and how do you feel about the city? Because Commissioner Hudak said,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you're breaking up. I apologize. I can't hear you too well.
Okay, how do you feel? Can you hear me now, Commissioner Shanesky?
It's not clear. It's very coily. I can't hear. I mean, I'm on a cell phone, but I heard you before.
Can you hear me now? Because we hear you very clear.
A little bit.
Okay, how do you
bit.
feel about Commissioner Hudak said months ago, floated the idea of $100 million bond? Would you be in favor of that $100 million bond?
All I know is this. I know that, Fire Station 66 is old. It's old. It's obsolete. It's small. And I've been saying that for months and months and months. You've heard me. Same thing. I want to have the best fire facilities, especially in my district. I mean, the fires, and the mayor brought this up, Fire Station 4, which is right by the beach. You know what the numbers mean? And the mayor brought it up today, and I didn't know that. The numbers mean the oldest building. So in other words, this is what the mayor said today at Century Village Master Management. He said Fire Station 4, which is right by the beach, means that's the 4th oldest city building in Broward County. So that's how old that fire station is. My fire station is 66. Out of thousands of buildings in Broward County, it's the 66th oldest. So the bottom line is we need the best infrastructure. I mean, and so I don't have the details. All I know is we need the best infrastructure. If we're going to have our own police and fire, we need the best. I mean, we want to recruit people to work there. So it's just common sense.
If you're just joining us, we're Commissioner Daniel Shanesky, District 3 Commissioner, City of Deerfield Beach, is called in to the Adams Brothers podcast. I have a question for you. This is Daryl Adams again. My concern is when we do form our own municipal police department, is that we don't, when we want to attract the best quality law enforcement officers and firefighters, paramedics here in the country, but what we don't want is to have a bunch of rejects from other police department with bad attitudes that's been written up 50 times, fired, been to 8 different police departments and shot somebody, and to come here and to Deerfield Beach because we need law enforcement officers. What will you do to ensure that this doesn't happen here in Deerfield Beach as your District 3 Commissioner here in Deerfield Beach, sir?
Well, first of all, eventually we're going to have a fire chief. I'm a police chief and a fire chief. I don't know who that will be. So of course, I'll be meeting them, and I'll be asking them questions, because to start off at the top as fire and police chief, and then when it comes down to screening process, I'm going to be on top of that to see what is the best screening process, and I want the best. So. That's the answer. I'm not an expert in that field,
right,
but I will learn. I will ask questions. I will contact the other police and fire departments, just like I did. I did my research during this whole time, and calling up and speaking to other city managers in other cities and other, scenarios. So same thing with this. I'll try to become an expert so I could ask the best questions to to make sure that we have the best, screening.
That's a good answer, and I like what you're doing, Commissioner Daniel Shinesky. I really do.
Thank you.
This is your first year as a commissioner. You're learning, and I have no problem with that. Some people might have a problem with it, but I don't have a problem with it. You're learning. No commissioner that's ever been elected as a first-time commissioner went into office knowing everything, and I don't care who you are, how good of a politician you think that you are or were. You just don't know the things that you know. You have to do that through years of experience. So I like what you're doing. You ask a lot of questions. Some people may think that they're stupid questions. Me personally, I don't think that no question is a stupid question. The only stupid question is the one that you don't ask.
I agree.
So,
and Commissioner Shinesky, will you ensure us on this podcast right now that as a commissioner representing District 3, that we, the people, will get full transparency in everything, every cost, everything that you all know, that we will know as residents here in this city?
I'll do the best I can. During this whole process, I was canvassing people in Century Village. I was going building to building. I did about 110 buildings and asking people questions and giving them information. I go to all the meetings in my district, not only Century Village, Crystal Lake, the Meadows, Sandpoint, and I answer questions. And if there's something I don't know, I'll find out. And you're right. Like my father said, there's no such thing as a stupid question. A stupid question is a question that is not answered, is not asked. I don't consider myself a politician. What I consider myself as is a citizens with hopefully common sense, hopefully compassion and caring about people. I mean, we're all neighbors. We're all here to help each other. I feel a big honor representing my district and the city and the city commission, and I'll do everything possible to try to do the right thing. I'll try.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we really appreciate you having the guts to call in after such a tough decision that you all had to make up there. Again,
have you faced a lot of backlash from that decision, Commissioner Shinesky?
No, not at all. I've gotten good feedback because they saw that I spoke from my heart. I didn't read anything. To be honest with you, I really wasn't 100% sure of what my decision would be. I was nervous because I knew it was a very important decision or what I was having to say, and I didn't have anything pre-scripted at all. I just kept on thinking and asking questions and going to both sides and asking questions and getting facts on both sides.
Right.
And when I went up on that dais, I had no idea what I would say. I listened to what the people were saying. I really listened. And then I just, came up with things and said, all right, let me try to stitch this together and try to come up with an argument of what I feel is right. And you see the 6 minutes that I spoke, that was really coming from my heart. So,
yeah.
Well, we would love to have the rest of.
When I left that day, I knew I did everything possible I could to make the right decision. I fought a really good fight. But sometimes when you fight a good fight, you have to adjust to reality. So now I pivot and all right, let's do what's best for the citizen. But even though we're going our own way, we have to make it the best we could.
I agree.
And that's what I want.
I agree with you.
And before we let you go, I would love to have the, if you can encourage, I know we got open dialogue with them. I would love for them as this transitional period happens, I would love to have the Mayor Todd Drosky, City Manager Rodney Brimlow, Michael Hudak, Commissioner Tom Plott, and Commissioner Preston come on here, and I think they would ease a lot of people's fears if they do it in the right platforms. Come on platforms like here and assure the people that their taxes not gonna be way out of whack. And I think that's what
we're afraid of.
That's what everyone fears, is that their taxes is gonna go high. I can see right now, Commissioner Shinesky, of us having a public safety assessment fee on top of all the other fees that we have. And then, you know, and I agree, our infrastructure needs repairing, upgrading or new stuff. We were already talking of new city hall, the new police department, a new fire station. I mean, we need all of that. We definitely do.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to need it now that
Right.
we're bringing our police department back in-house. So again, I just want to thank you for coming on.
Yes,
As I
sir.
say again, I'd like to
Well-
get all the other commissioners and the mayor on here.
Can I respond to that? May I respond
Yes.
to that? And again, this is coming from the heart, and I really mean it. You know, I've been working with them since March,
Mhm.
and all of them, and I really mean it, all of them are approachable. Mike Hudak, you know, I'm able to talk to him. He's always been kind to me. I've walked into his office even recently, you know, knowing that we were on different sides of this issue, and he was always very friendly and agreeable. He never
Right.
shut me out.
Right.
Tom Cloud, his office is right next to me,
Yeah.
and his door is always open. And same thing, you know, we're able to talk about a lot of things, and he's always been very friendly to me. I could at least talk to him,
That's good.
and even with the city manager, before each commission meeting, I have a pre-agenda meeting with him. Like usually, like 7 a.m, I get to his office, and he gets there, and always, you know, he never froze me out. You know, he's always been very kind to me. He's always open. If I have a question, I ask it,
Good.
and he'll give me information. You know, and I take it in. I process it. But he's always been very nice to me.
Mhm.
I'll be upfront with you. I mean, this holiday was hard for me because as somebody that I was in love with for a year, I really, really loved. She dumped me on my birthday at
Oh,
December
Wow,
20th.
I'm
She
sorry
took
to
me
hear that.
out,
Wow.
And-
Sorry to hear that.
and then the next day, that was it.
Yeah.
And I, you know, so I was going through the strain of this decision and for Broward Sheriff, and also going through, you know, somebody that I loved very much.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry
And-
to hear that too.
Sorry
And
to
I
hear that.
and I spoke to the city manager man to man, and you know, he was very kind to me, and he, you know, I was very appreciative. So
Yeah.
he's always been very nice to me. Todd, I've known Todd for several years,
Mhm.
and he's always been very nice to me.
Right.
You know, and he basically said to me this, and I'll be upfront with you. Right before we went downstairs, he said, "Listen, Danny," he said, "you know, whatever you decide, whatever argument you make, just do the best you can." You know, I was nervous. You know, he knew I was nervous. He said, "Danny, whatever it is, you know, whatever you decide, you know, you give it your best, and it's okay."
Mhm.
And we shook hands. I complimented him on his tie.
Yeah.
And he's a nice man, at least to me. He's a
Yeah.
very nice man, very
Right.
approachable.
Right.
And with Ben has been wonderful. You know, Ben is also his wisdom. He's a really nice guy.
Mhm.
Whenever I called any of the commissioners, even just to say hi, they've always been very nice.
Right.
So it's been a good atmosphere. I mean, from what I see, and I'm being upfront with you, and I've been around them. You know, I'm
Mhm.
63, and believe me, I've been around the block so many ways. I've met so many people, and these gentlemen, they're amenable, they're considerate, and that's very important.
Yeah.
You know, it's a friendly atmosphere, at least to me. We've had differences, and that's fine. I mean, that's the way I feel. So, you know, they're always approachable,
Right.
at least in the way I work with them.
We've been talking to Commissioner Daniel Shinesky. He is the District 3 Commissioner here in the city of Deerfield Beach. He called in to share his side of the story of why he voted to go back to the Deerfield Beach Police and Fire Department. So, Commissioner Shinesky, we really appreciate you having the guts to call in, because we ask tough questions here on this podcast, and everybody knows that we don't sugarcoat anything over here. What you see is what you get with
and that's
us.
the way it should be.
And it's never
Absolutely.
personal.
You know,
And it's
life's
never
too
personal.
short.
It's never
Never
personal.
personal.
No, no, you know, life's too short, man. Really, life's too short, and
Right.
you know, you do the best you can.
Right.
But also put down that I fought a good fight for 10 months, and
Yes.
sometimes I seem to be up there alone, Daniel,
Uh-huh.
in the lion's den.
Right.
So for 10 months, I fought the good fight to do what's best for the people, to give it fairness on both sides.
Well,
Time to
keep-
move on
You know,
now.
but when reality hits, you know, you're like, okay, we got, you know, now let's do what's best to
Right.
make. If we're gonna do this, Let's do it right. Let's make sure it's a success, but I'll be vigilant. So I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it
Yes, it
did.
does. Thank you very much, Commissioner
in.
Daniel Shaneski, District 3 Commissioner here in Deerfield Beach. Thank you for
Drosky,
calling in.
you can call in the city manager,
Yes. Let me wrap it
Vice
up.
Mayor Preston, and everyone. You're
Yeah.
welcome to call
So
in too.
thank you, Shaneski, Commissioner Shaneski, for calling in.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
Commissioner.
you. And keep up.
Anytime, I'll call in again.
Keep
Thank
up
Please,
the good work,
we
sir.
would love to have you back on during this transition
you.
period.
Anytime. You like that. I promise. I'll be regular. I promise.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too as
Bye-bye.
well. So again, that was District 3 Commissioner Daniel Shaneski. He surprised us and called in.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. You know, he's not hiding from anything. He's the first
Hmm.
term commissioner. He's learning, and he's not gonna be perfect. And just like with my brother, when he gets elected, he's gonna be a first term commissioner. He's gonna be learning. It's a learning experience for him as well. So we appreciate you, Commissioner Daniel Shaneski, for calling in. Thank you for having the guts to call in. So we got another caller coming in right now. We're going to take this call right now.
Sandra Jackson. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
All right. Good evening, Sandra, and thank you for calling in to the Adams Brothers podcast. What would
Thank
you
you.
like to
What's
say?
on your mind?
What's on your mind?
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're doing
Doing
good.
good.
Fine.
Doing good.
Okay, I just want
Turn your
it's
radio
sad that
down
we're
for us.
going through this.
Turn your radio
Yeah,
all the
we
way
hear
down.
some
We're getting feedback from your.
feedback, yeah.
Let me speaker. I had you on speaker.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, that was on speaker. Okay. Yes. It's sad that we vote these people in. And I just want to say it's so important that we get out and vote. And I'm afraid now that when we take this police department back, where the city manager and our mayor and commissioner will have control over them. As you know, I'm one that speak out, and others like me and Diane, we go to the meeting and we speak out. I feel it's going to be a lot of retaliation, and people got to realize there was no figures put out there when they had these meetings. These meetings was a waste. I feel like on the meeting on Tuesday was a waste. They already knew how they was going to vote. This was already plotted and planned when they first, what I feel, when they first made that safety position, which we did not need a safety position in the city of Deerfield Beach when we had police officer and BSO. You had a commissioner that used to be there, made the comment that BSO don't be in District 2. And that's not true. We got to make sure that people are not getting up there that's speaking, and also that's even holding those positions have an agenda of their own. And, these people need to be exposed. So I'm just telling everyone we have election that's coming up in March where we can make some changes. And we got to vote for the right person who's going to support the people, because I feel like those three that decided to bring our own private police department back in here, I think they made the wrong decision. They did not listen to the residents. I was in the commission meeting, and you had probably 96 plus people was in there for the BSO. I can understand if this Gregory Tony's telling them that he would pay for them to get someone else, another consultant, and just give him 2 years. Even if they got the figures before 2 years, they could have made a decision either to get rid of BSO or bring our own private police department in. No figures never came out. They blindfold the resident and I could say also the people that has business in the city of Deerfield Beach. And it's going to cost us. We got to realize not only do those stations need to be repaired, although we may own certain things that with the fire department and stuff, but it's going to cost us. One of the guys got up there saying, even out here where I live in District 4 off a power line where the fire department at, they didn't have AC for, I think it says 6 months. The fire hydrants, one guy got up there and said, some of them are not even working. As you know, I know with your sister, the Adams brothers,
Mhm.
Your sister, what happened to your sister,
Mhm.
the investigation didn't get solved until it went to BSO.
That's correct.
You're going to have to bring investigators in here and different equipments into the city of Deerfield Beach. You're going to have to hire a staff, administrative staff. It's going to cost the people in Deerfield much more money. With that, a lot of people are going to be moving from out of the city and not going to be able to afford it.
Mhm.
So I'm just letting the people of the city of Deerfield Beach and the residents, we got to be aware of what's going on. This, what they did the other night should have went, like I said in one of the meeting when that consultant was there, this should have went to the residents, the voters. We should have been voting on this and not the commissioners and the mayor. It's not fair to the residents. And that's all I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, and those real concerns, Miss Jackson, they are. I mean, and most of what you said, we expressed that on here today. And I, sometimes when you disagree, people feel like I heard people up there on the day say, you got an agenda. I don't think everyone have an agenda. I'm more concerned about, I don't want to see, like my brother
Taxes.
said, I pay reasonable taxes now that I can afford. And I also don't want no
Right,
debt passed all the way down to my grandsons, or
Right.
generations later. We hear that all the time throughout the national
Right,
debate here. So we don't want that here either, and we don't want people to be priced out of their houses. And again, I know, Miss Jackson, that yes, the city can do it, but they got to do it the right way, and they got to be fully transparent with the residents
And
here,
they're not.
and don't just come back and say, "Oh, well, there's something that there's some unforeseen," and then now we're looking at huge tax bills. That's a real concern. That's nothing to do with fear mongering or any other thing, and that's just a concern of mine too. So yeah, those are real concerns that you're saying.
Right.
I want to thank you.
And we got to stop being scared.
Yeah.
We have to stop being scared because, when I spoke out before this meeting, and it seemed like every time you speak out, and that happened even before this commissioner got in there, they like to send, almost to me like they retaliate. You're going to send code enforcement at you or whatever.
Mhm.
And even I know when I was speaking out before,
Mhm.
even when Burgess Hanson was in there, some things they tried to do, but they couldn't do because of the connection that you may have had. So it's a lot of things that goes on. And it's, to me, this retaliation got to stop. And that's what I'm afraid of, because as soon as I spoke out, it's funny, I got a code violation. Okay. They're looking for something to think is going to shut you up. But we, as the resident of the city of Deerfield Beach, we got to bond together.
Right.
And come together.
Uh-huh.
So they want to have you scared to go up there and speak out, because we got to do what's right. I love my city, and people got to stop doing stuff because they feel like someone didn't vote for them or didn't support them. Maybe we feel at this time there wasn't the right time for you to be in that office if you're not doing right. And we got to stop getting blindsided with some of these people who we think is for the people, and they're not for the people.
Well, that's
And I said it at the commission meeting, stop being angry because someone didn't support you
Mhm.
in attacking somebody. You
Right.
get up there and you attack somebody or say stuff or put flyers out, and that's not right.
right. Well, we don't
Okay,
always
so I
agree.
just want to say that we just got to stick together.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't always agree with all of the decisions that the commissioners and the mayor and the city manager made. We don't all,
No.
but we
Right.
disagree respectfully. We don't.
That's right.
It's not any malice behind what we do. Anybody knows us. We know you can call into our podcast
Right,
anytime.
right.
We'll put you on the air. We'll give you a platform. We're not going to cut you off and this and that unless you get disrespectful to us and this and that. But
Right.
we want to hear everybody's opinions. We
Everyone.
don't censor anybody over here. We let you pretty much say what you want, unless it's something really crazy. But we respect the opinions of the people that's paying the bills here, and that's the taxpayers here. And we're gonna be heard.
Right.
This is why we have our platform here. We're unbought. We're unbossed over here.
And
Nobody
I want
tells
to ask
us
Ms.
what
Jackson
to do over
something
here.
else too.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you, Ms. Jackson. I also heard because we was talking about we had two issues on here, BSO and MLK. I heard you came to the podium the other night and you spoke about MLK. What were your thoughts on MLK and how all the activities? We just you're always involved, so we want to hear your thoughts. Since I saw you come to the podium the other night and said something about the MLK, can you give us your thoughts
Should it
on
have
that?
been more or less?
More or less,
Well,
what do
I
you
just
would like to
feel
see changed?
What I would like to see change,
Mhm.
I would like for us to get more headliners out there, to bring out more people because really, they've been trying to stop the parade for in our area for the longest in the MLK. As you know, I was on the board and I was kicked off the board because I didn't support somebody. That's why I feel I was removed from the board.
Mhm.
Okay, they'll say for other reasons instead of getting all the information, but which I don't care because I have other things going on, but I'm still involved in the city. There was not enough advertisement. Okay,
I agree.
I live in District 4, although I still be involved with District 2. I be involved with anything in the city most of the time in all the districts. And like I said, they didn't have enough advertisement. This MLK is a citywide event, and every district should have something showing that there is a parade. When they have the parade over there on the beach, or they have events on the beach, you see brochures, or they put in the mail or whatever. You see posters or whatever, banners up or whatever. They have something out there. I really didn't see anything in District 4, to be honest with you.
I didn't see no banners
I
either.
didn't see anything in District 3.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, District 1, I was riding on Federal Highway, and all I saw was like a little yard sign. I was going south. I saw a yard sign on the north side, and it was like spaced way out. I probably saw maybe 2 or 3 of them and it was not even the medium. But in District 2, I saw a couple of them like going MLK. So they really didn't get the advertisement out like they should be getting out. And we've been complaining about that even when I was on the board, because one time we was up board, we said put it on the radio. You had the radio station or whatever. So I just feel like when it comes to stuff that's going on in District 2, they don't do enough effort to put the information out for the people in the community to know. And I want even the ones on the board, we got to get people. Some people want people that homegrown, and a lot of times people's not gonna come out just for somebody homegrown.
Right.
We got to get somebody. They spend a lot of money when they go on the beach.
Right.
We got to spend money
For national
on
speakers.
people to come in that community because this is a citywide event. It's not just like even Juneteenth, citywide event.
Right.
So they need to do more, and they don't give as much money either for the MLK or Juneteenth, but we try to fight for more money.
Yes.
And people in the residents got to realize that we don't get the money
Right. And
and stuff.
and
Because
we-
to be honest with you, because I was reaching out to people, I was part of the entertainment, and I had some contacts, and they override that because they
Right.
don't want to pay the money.
right.
So who's
And
on the
then
board
instead
now,
of let
Ms.
us
Jackson?
speak to the person to get the discount.
How many people are on the board right now?
And
Currently,
and how do you get on the
They
board?
have
Yeah.
repeat that.
Who's on the board, and how, if you would like to
Join.
be on the board, how could you join? Who's on it? And
For our
how could you
listening
join?
audience.
Okay, the commissioner, because Ben Preston fought to get this Black Heritage Board. which
Right.
They really didn't want it. I don't believe they really want it. He fought for the Black Heritage Board, so they could be on, because they had the culture board. And right now, there's 4, and I think they have 2 alternate, but I think one of the alternate, from my understanding, they just appointed on the board. So they have 1. So you do have people on the board, but a commissioner or the mayor you have to be appointed by one of them.
Okay.
When it first got started, Ben Preston, picked the people that was on the board, but now the commissioners and the mayor has to pick one person. And my understanding, they don't have to be from their district either.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And we were talking about advertising. So if the city of Deerfield wants to advertise, then not only the city of Deerfield, it could be Delray, Pompano, Boca Raton. It doesn't matter. If you
Right.
want to advertise, you can advertise right here on this podcast.
Yeah.
And,
Right,
got our own
right.
company.
We gave it to you guys too, right?
we will advertise it, just like Hot 105 and 99 Jams and 1031 and 102. We'll advertise right here. We'll advertise everything right here. So we're gonna make a conscious effort. We have all our paperwork together to do just that. So we will be reaching out to the city of Deerfield Beach. Let's advertise more here and get the message out. Absolutely.
Anything else,
And
Miss
get the people,
Jackson,
you
that you
start
could
going
think
to
of?
commission meeting.
Okay, that's
Repeat that?
definitely.
They need to start going to commission. Our people need to start going to commission meetings.
Right.
Stop getting secondhand information.
Right.
And I've been begging even the pastors, that even you just find some people to go out, even if they can't make it, get information, get involved. Because, you know, a lot of times they want to come to the church, especially when they're running, or they want to, like, they're so involved with these churches because they want to stay in them seat, but they still not really for us.
Well, you
know
don't
what I'm saying?
you don't get
So
secondhand information. Not on this podcast. We give everybody
no,
the
not you
information.
guys. No,
Oh,
I'm saying the people in the community.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You know, 'cause
yeah.
I get
No
so many
doubt.
calls to the people in the community.
Right.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying we give everybody that when we know the information, that's what
So
everybody
they need to-
loves
the people
about
need
us.
to get on this podcast. We got to find a way to get the people need to get involved with y'all pockets. That's the way the city want to use you guys.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe they need to use you guys.
We share it with everybody.
You know what
The
I'm saying?
moment we find out the information, we share it with
Right.
everybody. We don't pick and choose who we share the information with some, like some of these little groups that got their own little cliques around here. If you're
We
not in
stay
that little
neutral.
clique,
Right.
they don't share the information, or don't tell the Adams brothers because they're gonna tell everybody. We don't do that. And we don't give a damn who don't like what we do around here. Well, we're gonna keep on sharing our information, and we're going to keep
That's what you gotta
on
do.
sharing it with everybody around here. And that's what we're all about, transparency here and facts. So if they don't like that, then this ain't the podcast for them.
Anything else that
That's right.
anything else on MLK Day that you could think of, Ms. Jackson, while we have you on here that you would like to see changed or anything? This is a great time right now to
I didn't
say
make it to this. I didn't make it there this time. I didn't make it at the MLK this year. So I didn't make it there this year.
Mhm.
But like I say, we need to find out how we can get more people out. Not giving out free food.
Mhm.
That's not the way to get residents to the
Or
come
turkeys
to
and hams and
event.
all that. Yeah.
Right. That's not giving out free food.
Mhm.
So we need to find a way. And how you get those people, getting the right people there. Like I say, the headliners, someone who's big. Because I was trying to reach out to Ben Crump, if I knew somebody knew him.
He would be a great speaker. I would
But
love
the
to hear
thing
Ben
is,
Crump speak.
when I was on the board. But
Yep.
Right. But when you're on the board, you know, we can give them, they want us to give them the information when I was on the board.
Mhm.
But my thing is, if I got the connection to this person, let me negotiate the information. And then I'll let you know, let me do this, because the people are going to give me a better price than they may give you because they know me. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yes.
just feel like they want to get a lot of information
Right.
and they use the information, they go on the beach with it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
So that's another thing. So maybe we need to, people on the board maybe need to do a little bit more, more, communication with the people. I know when Diane Schiller was on the board, she was the person, she got so much donations and stuff like that. And people were donating, like when they was giving out those little gift cards and stuff like that. That was all because of Diane.
Mhm.
Diane, she was go-getter. She would go out there and try to get some fundings and stuff, and she was pretty good by that.
Yeah.
So, but she's no longer on the board.
Yeah.
And, people do stuff, certain things, and they actually
heard
even
about
moving
that.
from off the.
We heard about that. and
Yeah.
we-
So,
her case,
that's what I'm saying about the retaliation and stuff
Right,
that they
right,
do. But
right.
it's, and they don't realize these positions are volunteer positions. You're not hurting somebody because you're moving, because we're not getting paid. They're
Right.
volunteer positions. Until
Di-
they realize that, you're giving me more time to do what I need to do.
Right. And Diane Chisholm has
Well,
definitely
thank y'all
been
for
a-
y'all service to this community
Diane
that
Chisholm.
y'all did. You and Miss
You're welcome.
Chisholm,
she's
you
been-
and believe it, just like you're saying, the work, it's not appreciated by a lot of people.
Right.
And
she's been a game
again,
changer. You all have
thank
been
you,
game
thank you.
changers.
I say thank you, and I
Yeah,
mean that. Just
yeah.
thank you for whatever y'all
Yeah.
did over the years, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
It's
Thank
all
you.
right to get in trouble, but as long as it's
Good
good
trouble.
trouble. As long as you ain't good trouble,
Well,
it's
I'm
all
just
right.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. We got an election next year.
That's
Uh-huh.
right.
We need to put the right person in there.
Uh-huh.
And Wayne, I'm telling you right, I hear you running. I'm
Mhm.
for you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
I know
running.
other people's
There you
running.
have it.
And so whoever hear this on here, Sandra Jackson say, I'm supporting Wayne Adams.
Thank
So
you.
they can
Good.
run with that and get mad all they want.
All
I
right.
appreciate
So
that.
I'm saying it out loud.
Thank you,
I
Ms. Jackson.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you calling
Anything
in.
else you want to say before we let you
Before
go?
we let you go, any last words we want before we let you go?
That's it. We just gonna keep this community prayed up and let's get together because I'm like I say, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or whatever you is, I'm the type of person I'm gonna vote for who I think is best gonna be
Absolutely.
for that position.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I
absolutely.
don't look at all everybody. Oh, because you're Democrat, you're Republican. We got to put the right people because that's saying like you're black or you're white or you bad or you're good.
Right.
So we got to put the right people in there. I may get retaliated from on here. I'm quite sure they're listening. But I know who got me. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord said no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Vote
So
on issues.
we just got to do what we got to do.
Vote on issues and stop this Democrat, Republican, and all this and that. If it's an
That's right.
issue you
That's
believe
right.
in,
Come
vote on
together.
it. Okay, let's all come together
And the
and vote on
pastors
the
need to
issue.
come together and stop being fooled about these commissioners and the mayor thinking they're supporting because they want them to support them thinking they're going to get the vote. They don't realize the pastors don't control the votes.
Right.
Okay, the pastor, and they don't control the vote.
Right.
And my thing is also, I just want to say that our city manager needs to live in the city of Deerfield Beach so he can be affected by everything that we're being affected by.
That's
We're
something
gonna work.
look
We're
at
gonna
that.
work on that, and we're
And-
gonna definitely bring that up to the governing body here in Deerfield Beach. So, Sandra Jackson,
Our little sister, Nakenya Robinson, said, "Hey, Ma Jackson. How you doing, Nakenya?"
Yeah, she said hello to you. So, Sandra Jackson, thank you for calling
you
in.
for
We
calling
appreciate
in.
you. Thanks for calling in. Keep up the good work in the community.
Okay, you guys have a blessed day.
All right,
You
take
too.
care. We were just talking to Sandra Jackson. She is a community activist here in Deerfield Beach. Hey, Nakenya Robinson, Pastor
Read some of the
Nakenya Robinson.
names.
Well, yeah, let me get to him. Man, but first let's talk about Nakenya Robinson.
Yes,
We love you, Nakenya.
that's right. Y'all little
We
sister.
love what you're doing down there in Pompano.
Pompano.
You and Sarah Peterson, y'all are really doing big things down there in Pompano.
Yep.
We absolutely love you all.
They,
Down there in Pompano.
Pastor Wells,
Pastor
Wells.
yeah.
Yep.
Davis First
One of my
Lady.
friends from there. Y'all
Yes.
keep up the good work down in Pompano.
Yeah,
And we thank everyone for being in the chat. Also,
Sarah Bolowicz she is Susan Pace says she's absolutely correct. Money and Smoke and Mirrors residents, mathematicians, and university math professors spoke up at the meetings and shredded their math and statistics. Some things were off by 100%. They are the ones with the agenda. Perfect, good point.
I'm going to continue to speak on MLK. I got a few things I wanted to add.
All right, I'm just reading some of the comments out there when you go. The next commission meeting is February the 3rd. It's our last chance to get to go before the commission and say what they think before they sign the contract. This is a great opportunity to show up in numbers and tell them how you feel during the public 3 minutes that you are said. That was from April Lewis Bolowicz. Thank you, April, for always being on here and supporting us. Carrie Barber, I know Carrie Barber. She said, I come to Deerfield event for the MLK. I'm from Pompano. This year I didn't see much to tell me about the event in Deerfield Beach this year. I searched real hard and finally saw that Jairus Quick Poet Evans, Sandra's amazing. Hey, Mont Jackson. Hey, Adams Brothers, Truth. Nakenya Robinson, your support, show it. You both are always giving. Thank you. So thank you all for watching. We've been talking about the vote here in Deerfield Beach, about going back to the Deerfield Beach Municipal Police. Pompano Beach, you on the clock right now.
That's
you
right.
are on
1 year.
the clock. You are on the clock. It's going to be very interesting to see what you're going to do. We're going to join Sarah Peterson on her Bottoms Up podcast, the Adams Brothers. It's going to be epic. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. We're going to announce it. But go ahead and talk about we'll get back to the Deerfield Beach Police before we wrap it up.
Yes, we heard a lot of complaints about MLK that the parade is amazing, but the complaints that I heard from a lot of people standing around out there, the band, the Bahamian band with the stilts, man, they're amazing.
Amazing.
But
Love
once
'em.
people say once they got to the park, that it's really nothing to do. They had, from what I was told, they had Reverend Nathaniel Knowles in the gym, and I heard no one really was saying, no one knew, and it was like 25 people in there. You know, Reverend Knowles deserved way much more respect than that. Matter of fact, Reverend Knowles deserved to be honored here. I mean, many people might not agree about that, but Reverend Knowles, always a stand-up man in this community. He deserves to be one of the, either the Grand Marshal or the hometown heroes. Also, we got a call here.
We got a call. We're going to come back to
and I'm gonna
that.
come right back.
We're going to
to
come
that.
back to that, okay?
Call from.
You know, Reverend Knowles deserves.
To accept, press 1. To
All
send
right.
a voicemail.
Let's
press
take this
2.
call. Hello, caller, and thank you for calling in to the Adams Brothers podcast. Let's keep it brief here. What would you like to talk about?
The Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Give us your name. And where are you calling from?
My name is Peggy Nolan.
Mayor Nolan. We didn't catch that. We didn't catch you.
Man, former Mayor Peggy Nolan, man. We got some real rock stars calling into our
tonight.
podcast
That's
tonight.
right. Glad to have you.
Happy to have you.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing this. I'm very proud to have you both in our community, and I know what a wonderful family you are.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you, Mayor
The
Nolan.
reason I'm calling is because I just had to express what I expressed at the commission meeting. I don't believe there was anybody there that really out and out said, do not bring our fire department back and our police department. What they were saying is, take the offer that the sheriff bestowed upon us, 2-year transition period, and pay for the consultant to give us actual figures. No one has gotten any figures. I think it's a great injustice from this commission that they're expecting us to trust them. Sorry, this is our taxpayers, and you're absolutely right when you say we're going to get hit with all kinds of increases, public safety, the fire tax. How we have no idea how much this is going to cost us.
That's true.
None.
That's true.
We agree.
Okay, and that is that's an absolutely insult to the people that have come to these meetings and gone to the forums that they had that we were going to get answers. We got no answers when we went to those meetings. All we got was more questions. They were asking us questions, and the only person that was there was Dan Chanetsky, Commissioner Chanetsky. There were no public figures there. No one talked other than the consultant asking us questions.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's going on is not right.
Yeah.
We elect people to represent us, be transparent, which is absolutely not happening.
Right.
Okay? It's not happening. And this is something that the people have to demand before it goes any farther.
Well, you
because it's.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mayor. Go ahead.
I'm very upset about it.
Right.
Oh, we know. We
I'm
saw it.
just
We
very
saw your
upset that we're
husband
being
too.
treated this way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we this is our community.
Yep.
I've lived here 44 years. You guys were born and raised here.
Mm-hmm.
These people moved into town. I don't know how long all of them have lived here. I know Ben Preston's lived here forever, but this is something that we all are supposed to be working together.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's bad to go back to the Deerfield Beach Police or fire, but give us the numbers.
Right.
What is the big secret?
Yep.
Why can't we take Sheriff Tony's offer? Who would it hurt?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, when Commissioner Chanetsky, when he voted no in the second vote about going back to Deerfield, or yes, to go back to Deerfield Beach, that gives him the opportunity, because he was on the prevailing side, to bring it up again.
Yep. That is
He can
exactly
bring
what
it
I
up
said earlier.
again.
That's what we heard.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
That's right.
I didn't
He has
understand
the
it in the
right to
beginning,
bring
but
this
now
up.
I do.
I understood it was strategy.
Yes.
And this is the Godhead truth. My brother tell you when
Yes, he
we
did.
talked about it early one morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, I was out
Yes,
walking.
we were.
And I told my brother, I
Oh,
said,
sure. everybody that left that meeting that night was up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Scratching their heads and asking
Right.
what happened.
And I told my
we-
brother that I think why he voted that way because he was on the prevailing side and he gets a chance to
Yes.
bring it up again. And that's what I was telling
Right.
my brother why I
Yes.
just think it was strategy.
And I think tonight when he was talking, he might have gotten nervous, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because sometimes it's intimidating, you know.
It is.
I've
it
been
is.
around long enough that you know you get intimidated, but you know I just can't believe this is happening in our country and things that are going on in our country that now we're doing things in the city of Deerfield Beach. Never.
Let me ask you something too, Mayor.
Gene, Rob, and I. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to cut
Go
you off. What do you think the
No.
property tax, the uncertainty behind whether they're gonna eliminate the property tax? Do you think that did anyone take that into consideration in the vote on Tuesday night? Because it concerns me that very well can happen.
Listen, you saw Tom Platt and Mike Hudak read a script. They didn't talk and just talk to the public like Ben Preston did and Dan Chinetsky did. They read from a paper, a script. Okay, you have to agree with me because they read from a script.
Yes,
Oh
they
yeah,
did.
yeah. We just listening to you.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they had that script when they walked in and sat down in their seats. Their minds were already decided
Mhm.
what they were going to do.
Yeah, no doubt.
They were already prepped. Okay. And that is an insult to every single resident in this community.
Mhm.
This is an absolute slap in the face by the mayor and those commissioners to do this to us. And people, I was one of them that stood on at polling places.
Mhm.
I gave them money for running for office because I believed that we were going to have good representation because it's very important to me. I gave 16 years of my life, okay, to this city.
Yes.
And I still live here and so do all my children.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I was, you slapped me right in the face.
And
You
that was
slapped every single resident in this community right in the face.
yeah, and that was going to be one of my
Because
questions,
people,
former mayor.
Yep.
That was going to be one of my questions. Do you think this was already a predetermined decision that they had already made before they
Absolutely.
even got there to take the vote months ago? Do you think that this was a predetermined decision?
why do you think they wanted 2 more weeks?
Yeah.
So they can get it all written up. So they had
Yeah.
something to say when they let all of us people talk and how many hours that we sat in the city hall and then they the mayor blasts us
Yes.
that this is what we're going to do. And we know, we have no idea how much it costs.
Do you think we're going to be taxed out of our
And
homes?
nobody's telling us.
Do you think we're going
Yes.
to be taxed out of our homes and we won't be able to afford to live here in the next 10 years, Mayor
And
Nolan?
let me say this. I believe so because any city that has their own departments have very, very high public safety taxes and then fire fees. The cities that they were talking about, how there was X amount of cities and they were saying, that, they have their own department, Tom Platt, they have their own departments. They never left.
Mhm.
They never left their departments. We're starting from scratch.
Scratch, yeah.
That's a big difference. If you've never left your department, so you're comparing apples to oranges.
Mhm.
They've always, Fort Lauderdale's always had Fort Lauderdale Fire
Right,
and police.
right.
They've never changed. They never went to BSO.
And you were the
This
mayor.
is
You were the mayor,
when we went to fire.
right?
Right.
You were the mayor when
we
they went to
when we
fire.
went to
That was
fire.
2011,
Yes.
if I'm exact, correct.
2011.
Yes.
So as a former mayor here in this city, as a former mayor here in this beautiful city of Deerfield Beach, Florida, where do you think they are going to get the money to fund this? In your own words.
That's a good question.
From you and me and every taxpayer in this community. Or in the next 10 months, the bottom's going to fall out. And then who's going to pay for that? Do you really think that the Broward County Sheriff, and I respect him highly, and there's a lot of people that don't like him, but I don't care.
Me
because
either.
I respect him as an elected official in Broward County.
Right.
Okay, he was elected by the people in Broward County, not in just a little Deerfield Beach, but in Broward County.
I want to ask you a question too, Mayor. Once you finish, go on. I'm sorry to cut you.
Yeah, finish your point.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you,
Go ahead.
to someone listening to this, and I know I'm quite sure I got a good idea. Whenever you speak out, not you, but anyone speak out against something, people always look at something. What would you say to someone saying that this benefits your son, or someone in your family, or what would you say to that?
You know what I'd say?
Mm-hmm.
My son would not come back to Deerfield Beach. And probably 99% of the police or fire will not come back to the city of Deerfield, will not come to Deerfield Beach for the jobs. They'll be absorbed by the sheriff. He said that.
Yes, he did.
He said that. He's taken them all.
Mm-hmm. He said everyone will have a job.
An organization. Why would you leave an organization when you have A1 class training? Why would you leave an organization when you have the best equipment that's available? Why would you do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not benefiting me. He's got a wife and 3 kids, you know.
Right.
But
you know someone is going to say that now. You know someone is going to say.
You know how many years I've been listening to that? You know, and it's like, wait a minute. When they come to your house, are you going to say, "Oh, are you Peggy Nolan's son?" You know what I mean? No, he's going to be there helping you.
That's right.
He was at Stoneman Douglas, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, with the SWAT team as a paramedic.
Oh, I love to hear Thomas talk. I love to hear him talk. He gets up there and he talks, reasonable. I mean, he's an advocate for his community over with the floods, when the rains happen. So we need more people like him, really.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And the thing is he was born and raised here. This is his city. This is his city, and he loves it. And we're a very passionate family about this city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's where my children were born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Deerfield Elementary School. They went to Deerfield Middle School. Of course, when they went to St. Thomas, but because they were athletic.
Right.
And there was for swimming, it was bigger for my daughter and stuff. But I'm still living in the same house. I was always accused of taking money and this and the other thing. I'm still living in the same house that we bought 39 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I drive a 2016 car. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be people that like me, and there's going to be people that don't like me.
That's
we don't like you. We don't like you. We love you.
Yeah.
And we thank you for coming on.
The painters and pipe fitters and painters down there. You took me down there for when I was running for office.
Right. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But you got to have compassion for the people that you're representing. You have to realize what they're going through, as far as everybody's coming up and saying about your health insurance and your home insurance and your car insurance and just everything, and we're getting a loaf of bread. Okay, even a loaf of bread's now $4.95. We can't afford. Let us have the figures. If the figures are wrong, if the figures are outlandish, then we don't go to the sheriff.
Right.
We bring it in back to Deerfield Beach.
Right.
But without these figures, without that study, like Pompano is doing, no one can tell me for sure what's going to happen, and they're lying to. Sorry, I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying to it.
Say it.
They're lying to us. that they have them or that it's going to be cheaper.
Right.
Show us then.
Pompano is on the clock
Show us
right now.
why it's going to be cheaper.
Pompano is
Yes.
definitely on the clock right now. Pompano is going. I believe that Pompano is the blueprint. You know, for
Yes.
any city that's contracted with the Broward County Sheriff's Office to go back to their own municipal police department and fire. Pompano is the blueprint. Blueprint. So we're
Right.
going to see exactly what the numbers are with Pompano Beach, and we have Serica calling in from Pompano. She's a podcaster down in Pompano. She's watching the numbers down there.
Right.
We're watching them here. It's going to be interesting to see what the numbers are.
Right. But why can't we have our own study when it's not good? Here's another idea. Instead of paying the 280, or because we've got both fire and police, I'm sure the bill is going to be a lot higher there for the transition, the study to be done. Why don't we take that money that the sheriff's going to pay for that study and start fixing up some of our facilities, our fire departments, our police department?
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing that with that money that we could save that he's going to pay for the study? And when the study's over, we're all going to know exactly how much it's going to cost us.
I agree.
Why are we afraid?
I thought that too.
I look at it like they're afraid.
Right. Right.
Okay. I know I'll probably be run out of town tomorrow, but I could not, Sandra Jackson. I mean, Sandra Jackson and I were even talking at the meeting the other night, and we've never been best friends, but we both feel the same way about our community.
Right.
I think all of us
passionate
do
about
that.
it.
Been here a long time. They don't. I don't think people understand, former Mayor Nolan. When you've been here a long time, I know I take pride. My family, everyone, we take pride in this city here. It's not much, but it's all It's all I ever knew. It's all my family ever knew, from going back to my grandfather, my great grandfather. So I take great pride in this city, and people don't understand. The passion is true. It's nothing fake and fraudulent about the passion that most of us have here for this city.
Exactly. But, another question, and the one pastor came in and he was very good when he talked about last Tuesday night about the homeless family that he found, or the sheriff found, and they contacted him. Let me ask you, who's going to buy all the backpacks for the kids to go to school and fill them?
That's a good
Who's
question.
going to bring the turkeys to the people's homes? Who's going to do that?
You were with us when we did the turkey drive 20 years ago.
Yes, you did with our union.
You were there with our union. So go ahead.
You sure did.
Go ahead.
Yep. Exactly. What's going to happen to things like that? What's going to happen to that community participation what we have at the sheriff's department now?
Yeah.
We didn't have it with the police.
Right.
And
the sheriff's department has I can't remember what they're called. They have young kids from high schools that are in cadets.
ROTC.
And also for the sheriff's department. They have cadets for the sheriff's department, and the fire department has
right. That's right.
cadets.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So they're working at helping these kids become future policemen or future firemen.
Right.
If we've got a brand new fire department and new staff on fire department, and we've got new staff on police, who's going to do these things?
Police athletically.
Just give us the figures.
Police athletically.
No, we've got that too. Yeah, we've got that too.
And I want to ask you something too, Mayor Nolan, in moving forward. Being that they already voted, we already know where they're going. What would you like to see, former Mayor Nolan, going forward? I know you're upset. I can sense it, but what would you like to see going forward?
Oh yeah, I would like them to reconsider, or have Dan Chinetsky make a motion that we reconsider this and we go with the sheriff's department. And I think everybody needs to call every single commissioner and the mayor. And like I say, I'm sure stones will be thrown at me from some people, but we need figures. We were promised transparency.
Yes.
Where is it?
We've
got nothing.
We didn't get it.
We have nothing. Oh, in 20 years, or 20 years or something like that, or we're going to save $20 million, or in 5 years, we're going to save $20 million. I'll be dead, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No,
I hope I
You
still
know,
be alive
it's
20 years from now. I mean, I'm almost 60, but you know.
Right.
just do the study.
Yes.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't go back to our police and fire.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying at all. But prove to me it would be cheaper.
I've said that all along,
And
Mayor
you're
Nolan.
not-
Yep.
I've
Mhm.
said that all along. I said, let's just look at
Get
the
the
numbers,
numbers.
and if the numbers are
Yep.
accurate and there's true transparency here, then let's go back to our own police department. If not, let's stay with the Broward County Sheriff's
Right.
Office. That's all I ever said.
Exactly.
And you know what, Mayor Nolan?
Yes.
I think
And
if
did
they had,
anybody listen?
No,
Yeah.
nobody listened.
I think
Thank
if they had took the study
I mean, well,
and of
Dan
their choice,
listened and Commissioner Preston.
I think if they
You know,
had took the
those
study
two at least.
of their choice and
Yeah.
it would have came back in their favor, I think people would have been able to accept it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have been accepted, and you probably would have still had some people upset. But when he put that offer on the line, I thought, and he told them they can pick anyone of their choice. I thought, to me,
Yeah.
I thought that was the best offer
Yeah, it was.
for the residents.
Yeah.
If you're really looking out for the residents, I thought a comprehensive
Study.
study was the best for all
That he
of us.
was
That's
going-
just my
He was going to pay for it as well. He was going to
Yeah.
fully pay for
Yeah.
it, and they just
Yeah.
totally rejected it. You know.
Snub their noses at him.
Yeah.
But I hope Sheriff Tony knows that the majority of the people in the city of Deerfield Beach don't feel that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that they don't feel that way towards him.
Well,
You
we're
know what
going
I
to
mean?
continue to have
We're
him
nice
on our
people in
podcast
Deerfield.
because he is a friend of this podcast, and he
Yeah.
always will be. And we're going to continue. He saw us Monday at the MLK
MLK
parade,
Yeah.
so he told us he want to come back on. So we just moving forward, Mayor Nolan. Like I say, I know you upset, but
so
Yeah.
are we.
you
So are
know,
we.
we just gonna have to try to
And
make this
so,
department the best. I mean, I
Well,
think
but
that's all we got left.
Don't throw out the baby. Don't throw out the baby with the water yet. Don't
No,
Right.
no.
the bath water. You know, you don't know.
And what the
Something
city,
might come up. Something might be changed. Maybe they might get enough pressure, and I
Right.
feel that that's what has to be done.
right.
They need to get enough pressure that the residents of the city aren't going to accept the fact that 5 people, or really 3 people, can decide an enormous project like this
Mhm.
without the 87,000 residents being told how much it's going to
I
cost.
agree. I agree 1,000%. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope everybody gets up in arms. I hope everybody calls. I whatever anybody can think of to help wake them up to reconsider, then that's what people have to do.
Profoundly
And
stated.
again,
Profoundly stated.
Yes.
I'm sure. Yes. Well, it really, it's up to us.
Mhm.
This is our city.
Yeah.
You're talking about 3 people.
Yeah.
And what they
People-
don't realize, Mayor
when we
Nolan,
went to the police department, right?
what
They
they don't
don't. They have no history with the city.
Right,
Right.
right. And what they don't realize is Sheriff Tony, even if he doesn't have a contract with Deerfield Beach, he could still come in here anytime he
Yeah.
want and enforce the law.
Kick down doors.
Arrest
Yeah.
people anytime he want. He
Yeah.
don't even have to have a contract here. He could come in. He don't even have to tell them if he don't want to.
Yeah.
He could come in here and do
Right.
whatever the heck he wants to do, and they can't do anything about it.
And I was getting upset because of the fact that they kept saying he broke our contract. It was time for a new contract. Okay, he didn't break our contract. It was a new contract, and they just decided, no, whatever, for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but and to allow that gentleman, I'm using this word loosely, the gentleman that they allowed chastise him the
Mhm.
night of the commission meeting when he came in after he fell on his sword.
Yeah.
and apologize to them,
Yeah.
my husband would have been thrown out of that meeting.
Yes. he
So
will.
would have anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay? So would have anybody else. I
Yeah.
turned around and I apologized.
You
Up
did.
on that, when I got up on and apologized to Sheriff Tony.
Yeah.
Because that's not who we are in Deerfield Beach.
You did.
Right.
That is not who we are,
Right.
you know? So,
We
okay.
we've been talking to former mayor of the beautiful city of Deerfield Beach, Miss Peggy Nolan. She gracefully called in and she's dropped a lot of knowledge on us and her opinion, and we respect your opinion. Mayor Nolan, we love you.
Yes.
No matter what nobody
I
says
love you
about
guys.
you.
Yes, that's right.
Nobody's gonna run you out of here. If they do, they have to go through us,
Nope.
and they don't want to do that because we are unbarred and unbossed over here. They're not gonna do it. Keep on speaking up. Good trouble. It's all right to get in trouble as long as
Good
it's
trouble.
good trouble. Okay.
Right. But
Absolutely.
that's what we have to do. We have to stick together and we have to fight together.
Absolutely.
And I hate to use the word fight, but we
Right.
can't give up.
We can't give up. We have to
Okay?
keep fighting. We have to keep fighting.
Yes.
Former Mayor Nolan, Peggy Nolan,
Commissioner for
beautiful-
12 years, correct? And mayor for 4.
I was, yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
We want to thank you
So-
for calling in.
And she had the
tonight.
aquatic center named after her,
Yes,
too.
and we went to see it too. So
yes.
Yes.
we love you. We love your whole family over there. You have our information anytime you want to talk to us. You want to come on this
Please
podcast.
call in the future.
We welcome your
Okay.
your opinions here. Thank you so much for calling in, former Mayor Peggy Nolan,
Thank
Deerfield
you.
Beach, former city mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye, boys.
Good
night.
evening.
Good night.
Someone was trying
Someone
to
was
call
just calling in.
Call
Look,
back in.
we
We're going to
only-
take one last call.
We only have one phone line here, people. We only have one. When you see someone talking, please don't call in. Please be courteous. We tell you guys this every week. You all watch the podcast. We only have one phone line. You can only call in one caller at a time. You can call in 50 times while we're talking to somebody. We're not going to answer you, okay?
But whoever
So-
that was calling, please call back.
Let's
So
see
we
who
can
that
hurry
was.
up and get off.
I'm going to tell you. Okay, here it is. They're calling back right now. Let's call in. Hopefully this is Sheriff Tony. Let's see.
Or the
Call
mayor,
from
Rick George.
Rick George.
Rick
to
George.
accept, press 1. To send a
Good. Hello, good, Mr. George. Thank you for calling the Adams Brothers podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
What's on your
And
mind?
What's on your mind?
Hey, sorry, that sounded all pixelated. First time caller, first time listener. My name's Rick George. How are you guys?
Thank
Fine.
you. Good. Thank you for calling, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. You sound much better now.
Okay. Good.
I just caught the tail end of Peggy. I was at another meeting prior to this, but I just, my neighbors are blowing up the thread about, what's going on here,
Uh-huh.
and it sounds like you got a lot of like-minded people on the same page, which is good to hear.
Right.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So
Go
give,
ahead.
give us
You know
your
what-
thoughts.
what,
Give us your
Go
thoughts
ahead,
on what has occurred.
You have the floor.
You have the floor.
So, I've lived in Deerfield back when we used to ride horses on the beach. I had my 16-year-old bonfire on the beach there, back when you could buy, Boone's Ferry strawberry wine and act a fool as a kid and not get in too much trouble. But the way that this commission is operating, it's baffling because we elect them to represent us in districts. And I live in District 1, and they passed an ordinance. Somebody may have talked about it earlier, where they gave a planned development district to a developer to develop that big stretch of property on Federal Highway between 2nd Street and 4th Street.
Mhm.
And the building that they want to pass there is a monstrosity. It goes from sidewalk to sidewalk. You got 10-foot setbacks. It's apartment buildings. Even though everybody was against it, they voted for it anyways.
Mhm.
Our district commissioner, who is District 1, is Michael Hudak,
Mhm.
never once even notified us when they were doing a land use change.
And we're the people that are being affected. We elected these people to represent us. So when you represent us, you should be informing us and having little town hall meetings in your district. This is what's going on. What do you guys think? So I can take your voice back to the commission and vote my district's will. That is not apparently what's happening in any district. We got a handful of commissioners up there. Well, 3 of them apparently that like to, what's the word I'm looking for? They just go ahead and vote whatever it is they think their conscience is, right? So they make unilateral decisions on behalf of everybody else without even warning them or telling them what's going on. That's not what we voted them into office to do.
I agree.
And I don't care who is right or wrong in this argument with the way it's been handled with the sheriff's department and the fire department.
Mhm.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
It don't.
The man sat there, said, extend it 2 years. I will hire a company to do this for you and do it properly.
And pay
Because
for it.
even he knows
And
that
pay
what
for
they've
it.
done was a sham.
Yeah, and pay for it.
And pay for it.
He gave them their choice
I don't know.
he gave them their choice
Yeah,
to
I
hire
don't
who they
know
want to
how much-
hire.
Absolutely. And I don't know how much bigger of an olive branch you can extend than that, right? But to unilaterally make a decision and say, no, we're not going to do this. Anybody that knows anything about this city, I'm a retired fireman. I used to sit on the civil service board. Larry Deachin did away with the civil service board. It's part of the demise of the fire department in the city of Deerfield. It's why they left, because they were being micromanaged. Their pension was being messed with. There was absolutely no respect being given to them. It was terrible.
Right.
And the police department left a long time before that because of similar.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go with BSO. Does it cost more? Yeah, but your taxes are paying for that already anyways. We have a fire tax in the city of Deerfield that is supposed to be to upkeep the fire stations and all the other things that we have that we still own. The city still owns that. And I say we because it's the citizens of Deerfield that own that. It's not Deerfield Beach City Commission that owns that. The citizens of Deerfield. Where's that money going?
Yeah.
It goes into a general fund. They haven't done anything with those buildings. Those buildings are toxic buildings, and they have been for a decade. They've got mold and they've got asbestos in it, and they're still occupied. So what happens when our people start to get sick? Who's going to pay for that? Why?
Yeah.
Because we haven't been using the money properly? There doesn't seem to be much oversight over this. And it's like we got a bunch of kids up there spending money that's not theirs, like it's limitless. You know, if this goes through, we'll be in worse shape than the city of Jupiter.
Yeah.
The city of Jupiter is already in closing, way surpassed what they thought the budget would be to start their own fire department.
Yeah, they're going
The fire
back.
department here, you got 3 buildings that are sick. You got 2 that are 3, not including the police station.
Right.
What do you think it's going to cost on
Money.
this day and age? You're at $100 million right there.
Easy.
Yeah.
And they want
Easy.
to pass a bond or something for $175 million or something. What craziness is that?
We'll
It
be
makes
paying for that for the
no
next
sense.
50, 60 years there.
Your grandkids and their kids
Oh,
will be
more,
paying
more
for
than
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no fiscal responsibility in this.
No.
So I had an idea that I was passing through with the people in my neighborhood in District 1 to pass a referendum to force them to have town hall meetings in each district to inform the people and carry that will of those people back to the commission meeting. That's enough of them thinking they can divinate, what people think. It is not responsible. This is not the way that this was set up to work.
Right.
It upsets me to no end because they're doing whatever they want and they're not listening to anyone.
Right.
And that's not okay, man.
Right.
That's what do we do now that they're going to build this building here? They're going to devalue the properties that were here. It's no different than what they're doing at Vista Clara
Yeah.
over there by Dixie and it's the same thing.
Right.
They're doing it also on Hillsborough on 95, and not to mention the 10th Street, project that they've got going on.
Absolutely.
And then I don't understand paying that much money for lifeguard stands.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand where they think that this budget is endless and limitless. And not only that, we're standing around twiddling our thumbs as if we've got no say so.
Right. What did you say your name was again, sir?
Last name George.
Rick George.
Mr.
Rick
George.
Yes.
Mr. George, you know, we've been taking a lot of calls and all week. And I literally we've been taking calls all week from people, a lot of people that we don't even know. And they are saying that they supported Mayor Todd Drosky for mayor. And if they had known then what they know now, they would never have voted for him.
I believe it.
They would never have voted for them. And they were saying back then that Mayor Drosky is a quieter version of Mayor Bill Gantz. And this is just, and we told them this on our podcast. And when they were on here, we asked them that question. What do you say to the people that says Mayor Drosky? What do you say to the people that, you know, that are saying that you are a quieter version of Bill Gantz? Oh, I'm my own person, and I that was him and this and that. But now a lot of people, you know, they are calling in and leaving us messages and emailing us and saying that had they known then what they know now, they would have never have voted for Mayor Todd Drosky. They would have voted for Dan Hertz. So what do you say to that?
Well, I would say I'm not shocked. At the commission meeting when they voted on the access project on Federal Highway, and they allowed them to have that, even though they weren't following their own zoning, right? They violated their own zoning, the city's zoning. Our neighborhood got together and we sued the city. We lost. It was a $60,000 venture, and we ate it. But I mean, you have to fight when you know that you're right, regardless of how it comes out in court.
That's the old
was
Ella
one-
building, right? Correct. The Access Project with the old Ella
correct.
building. Okay, thank you.
That's correct. And right there where they sell the Christmas trees,
Right. In
that
the
whole
field.
property
Right.
from sidewalk to sidewalk.
Okay.
And so they made an announcement that they were going to vote for it, and that, you know, they think that everything is, you know, it's developers, man. And how do I not? Why do I think it's the developers that are influencing it? Because they're the ones that have the commission's ear, not us.
Right.
As citizens, we get 3 minutes to talk up there. I won't even go up there anymore. 3 minutes. You're going to insult me with 3 minutes, but you're going to give a developer countless amount of time to go ahead and push his wares.
They have
That's
the
not
money.
the way this is
They
supposed
have
to
the
work.
money. That's why.
Yeah, but we're the ones that we're the pocketbook.
All right.
The citizens of Deerfield are the pocketbook. We're the ones that pay the bills.
Yes. Ultimately,
You know,
yes.
that's not okay.
Right.
It's
I mean,
one.
have you tried to drive anywhere lately? How's that traffic working out?
Oh,
for you?
traffic is heavy.
You
But
know,
I'll say there's traffic heavy everywhere. I must say that everywhere I go,
gridlock.
traffic
It's
is
gridlock.
very. Everyone is here in Florida. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Relating here, yeah, traffic is
It's gridlock.
is terrible here. But I wanted to say one thing before I forget. One thing you said, Mr. George, was definitely the town hall meetings. I definitely would like to see more town hall meetings throughout the city in different locations. At least twice a year. At least twice a year where they have town hall meetings. I think that would be a plus for this city.
Well, what if in my family, if I was going to make a big decision, and I told my wife, I'm only going to tell you twice, you know, twice a year, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be spending our budget on. That's insane. We're electing you to do something. The city's got big business to take care of. There are a lot of things that are on their plate.
Yes.
If you can't take one day a month, or one day, or when the big projects are coming, or when, you know, we set the guideline. As the citizens, we set the outline for it. And each district commissioner should be having town hall meetings with their people to understand what their people want, what their voice is. This is not rocket science. This is how you develop community, right? And so you can go to other districts and listen to what the people there are saying. And this is how a community works. This ain't no sleepy little beach town anymore. You know, we got over 80,000 people in this
Of course,
town.
I say that all the
And-
time, Mr.
and-
George. I say that all the time.
But it ain't never coming back.
No.
You know, I miss it, but it ain't never coming back. And so we deal with what we've got now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something has to change.
Yeah.
Something has to change, whether it's a referendum, whether we change the charter, whatever it is. You know, we're the citizens. We're in charge. They're not.
Well, true term
need to
limits
put them in
is
their
the
place.
start. True term limits, not what we have right now. What we have right now, where you can run, you run your 2 terms and then sit out 4 and come back years later. That's the first thing here that needs to change. We need
Yeah.
real, true term
Term
limits, so
limits.
we don't keep getting all these recycled politicians
Politicians
coming
coming
back
back.
after sitting out 4 years. That would be a start right here in this city, Mr. George.
Yeah. So we have to
100%.
get
100%.
politicians in. We have to elect politicians, like-minded politicians that think like us. That has a vision to look into the future and not just stuck in the past. We have to elect politicians that think like us, and put politicians in office that has the taxpayers' best interest at hand. And we have to do that. We must do that. We must do that. I don't
And let me
care what
say this
anybody
here
says.
too. Let me
Yeah,
say
must do
this,
that.
and I'm speaking directly from my heart. We had the mayor on here, Todd Drosky, and we had
Mr.
Commissioner
Plott.
Plott.
Mr. Plott.
I think they're nice people. I think they're good people. I just
Yeah.
think this decision right here with BSO,
They dropped the ball.
that I just think that was a bad decision on their
Yeah.
part, and I just think that they should have took a little bit more time and researched it more, got a comprehensive study, and I think the people would have accepted it if they had picked the agency of their choice, as the sheriff gave them, and he was
Yes.
going to pay for it. I think it would have been more creditable than just rushing it through like now. And I just want to say that because, I don't want, again, when this podcast is not to tear anyone down. We want civil discussions on here, and we want people like you, Mr. George, and Mayor Nolan, and
call in.
anybody else to call
Absolutely.
in and express themselves.
Right.
But I don't think that Mayor Drosky or the city manager, I don't think they're bad people. I just think this decision here
They made
that
the
they
wrong
made,
decision.
I just think in my mind it was the wrong decision here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think.
Right.
And I just wanted to say
I
that.
think they're decent
what
people.
makes me wonder? What makes me wonder is why you would make the decision you make.
Mhm.
What is the payoff?
Right.
It's not. I've read their plan. Their plan is to pay firemen less, to decrease the amount of pension. There is no fleet. I mean, we've got some fire trucks. They break down. There is no backup units.
Uh-huh.
Those were all sold. So they'd have to buy all new apparatus. You got to remediate all of these stations. You've got to build more stations. And I don't know about politicians. All I know is there's some citizens out there with good heads on their shoulders that could do
Yes.
some really great things in this office.
Right.
You know what politics is about, right? The word poly being many,
Right.
and a tick being a blood-sucking, little creature.
Right.
I think we're done. We're beyond that. See,
Right.
because if we're going to be a community, then you have the citizens running that show,
Yeah.
and they're responsible citizens.
Yeah.
The politician thing, how's it working out for us?
Right.
I mean, I am not happy with this entire commission and what's been going on. And not every commissioner. There are some on there that have very good leadership and direction.
Right.
But these votes, it's not just going to bankrupt the city over a period of time. It's going to put us in a really bad position.
Yes, it
Well, I
is.
pray to God
what are we
that
going to
don't
do? We're going to go
happen.
back to BSO anyway.
And that's what I see, Mr. George. I see 20, about 20 years from now, if that long, we'll be going right back to the sheriff
Then they're going to stick
again.
it to us. They're really
You
going to
know.
stick it to us then.
I really see that.
Right. So, Mr. George,
100%.
we want to thank you for calling
Thank
in,
you.
and we appreciate you calling in. We thank you for watching, and We respect your opinion here. We don't censor anybody on here, and that's not what we do. So thank you, sir,
you for calling
in. Please continue
My
to
pleasure.
watch
Stay involved.
and stay involved in your city and and give them hell.
That's it.
I want to let y'all know one thing.
Yes, sir.
I love you, and ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
And thank
Thank
sir.
you. We love you
too,
also.
and thank you for
we
calling.
love all our callers,
bless you,
everyone
man.
in
Have a
the
wonderful night.
thread.
God
Thank
bless you too, man. We were talking to Mr. George here. Thank you for calling in, sir. We really appreciate you
Every
all,
caller.
man.
The city-
Every call, man.
Everybody welcome to call.
It's been epic
Okay.
tonight, man. I'll tell you, man, we had
I want to go back to that.
Commissioner
to that, though.
Shinesky call in. We had the former Mayor Peggy Nolan call in, and we have concerned residents call in that's going to affect their pockets. And
Yeah.
hey man, like I say, we're going to bring it to you raw, uncut, uncensored, and we don't censor anybody on here. And we give it to you straight up on the rocks, like a strong drink. No, just straight out the bottle, no chaser, no anything.
So we're going to cut the phone lines off. The phone lines are
So
off
cut the
for right
phone
now.
lines off. We're done taking
I just
phone
wanted-
calls right now.
I wanted to finish up on the MLK before we get off, because like I say, it was a lot of concern about that. It was a lot on the MLK. I think the city, for everything that they put together, and this is not no knock on anyone or any department there, I think they need to do a better job with communication. Again, you had Reverend Nathaniel Knowles, longtime resident here. Reverend Knowles, people didn't even know Reverend Knowles was at least some of the people that I talked to. I'm not gonna just generalize. A lot of people did not even know that they were speaking in the gym. We're for years now, except for the rain last year, they were speaking on the Showmobile out south of the Tigner Center. So a lot of people say they didn't even know Reverend Knowles was in there. And I know from what I heard from people say that, he was upset, and he had every reason to be upset. It needs to be better communication. I hear people were saying when the speeches are done, it's nothing to do. What about a carnival? We used to have a carnival here for the kids. And if the kids there, the parents are going to come, people are going to come. Maybe we need to look at getting the carnival back out there. I don't know why, but I think we need more activities to do. And like Ms. Jackson said earlier, we need other speakers, national speakers that if the city can afford to get them here, we need to get some national speakers here too. That's going to bring the interest back to this. And it's almost like it's from what I'm starting to see, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm reading the room wrong. It's like you come out there, you have the parade, and it's like everybody stand around and talk for a little bit. And then it's like you almost being rushed out of there to go back home. We got to end this by 1:00. It's one day. And I just think, again, more communication definitely needs to be better out there as far as people speaking. Like I say, again, we heard about that with Reverend Knowles, and I think he's owed an apology, and maybe he have gotten that apology, but I mean, the man is respected. And I just think it should not have been that way for him to be over there in the gym. I know my parents was out on the field waiting on, they thought the speakers was going to be out there at the Showmobile or whatever. And by the time they went over to the gym, Reverend Knowles had finished speaking. So a lot of people, and I know some people were going to say, well, ignorance and this and that, and they didn't know, and this and that, and people didn't know. Well, just try to do a better job here next year with the MLK, with the banners, make advertising,
yes.
Make it more known. That's one thing I could say. And that's where we're going to miss Rebecca Medina. When Rebecca was here, she made sure that we got all the information to post on our page. And I know they're going to Dave Hunt and all of the staff that's over there going to continue to do that. But, a lot of people just was complaining about MLK. Just things need to be better. And that's all that we're saying here. We appreciate all the staff that worked out there at MLK. Look, everything can be better. The city can be better. Everyone can do better here in this city.
Absolutely.
I just asked the residents here, especially in District 2, because we can have town halls. I heard Mr. George say about town halls, but we can have as many town halls. the people for some reason not going to show up in District 2, but we're doing all the complaining here. That's
do a
just
lot
the
of
truth.
complaining, yeah.
We do a lot of complaining in District 2. We have a lot of wants and a lot of needs, but we don't want to come out and speak up when it's time to speak up. And when it's just as important issue as this, people should have been out speaking up on this. But as far as from what I see, you could have brought 900 million people in there, or you could have brought 1,000 people to that meeting Tuesday night. Those folks' mind was already made up,
predetermined already
to do what they want to do. And also, I want to touch on what Ms. Jamara Portier said, about the fees for people doing stuff here in this city. I mean, maybe lower the fees or forgive the fees for people that's like her organizations and other organizations, the sensational organizations, people here trying to put things on for this community, human trafficking. Maybe forgive the fees. We need more educational programs here for this community here. And I like to see District 2 get more involved. We need to get more involved. Quit all that complaining. Again, it's just me. Look, what's gonna been done has been done unless something unforeseen God happened. They moving on. They moving on with their police department. And the only thing we can do is ensure moving on that this department, if it's going to be that Deerfield department, it's going to be the best department out there. That's all we can do.
And we don't get rejects from other
cities.
Departments that's had all kind of disciplinary actions and write-ups and suspensions and all kind of. We don't want those rejects from other states, other cities around this beautiful country. We don't want them here. We want quality, good, educated officers and firefighters with good common sense, educated with the temperament to be a police officer and a firefighter. That's what we want here.
That's
in
what we
Deerfield
want
Beach,
here.
and we will accept nothing
less
than that. And if we don't, we have to raise hell.
The residents of Deerfield Beach deserve the best. And look, again, I don't have no problem with no one sitting up there on that dais, because I'm always say what's on my mind. I don't think they're bad people. I just think this decision here that they made, I don't think
it was the wrong one.
For me being here a lifetime resident of almost 60 years, I just think that the timing was right. Again, can we do this? Can we do our own police
Yes, we
department?
can. Yes, we can.
But, it is what it is. What's going to be done has been done, and we need to just move on. Daryl, go ahead. You got it. That's all I wanted to say.
Travis T-Dog Gamage, you're on the clock next week, man. We want you to call in. We're going to do a podcast next week, even if it's just a pop-up. We want you to call in and tell them about your lovers and friends concert you got coming up in Boca Raton next month. So Travis T-Dog Gamage, you're from Deerfield Beach. You've supported our podcast in the past, so we thank you.
Black Heritage,
man. You got that Black Heritage banquet coming up next month
at the Tigner
Center. It's going to be at the Tigner Center this year. So
tickets
nominate
are on sale.
some people here
Yep.
that that's been doing has feet on the ground here in Deerfield Beach. That's been doing good things here in Deerfield Beach. We don't want to just nominate pastors all the time. The pastors are fine. Now, don't get me wrong. Please don't take it the wrong way. The pastors are, but it's other people other than the pastors that are doing good things in this community. So,
Jamara Terra,
Reverend
Nathaniel Knowles. I don't think he's never been nominated. People here.
Good man, outstanding stand-up
Other
man.
people.
Reverend Nathaniel Knowles, outstanding man. Come from, everybody knows Reverend.
Yeah, T-Dog. I mean, his
Travis
work.
T-Dog Gamage.
His work. I mean, honor people that's here doing the work.
Yeah, that's all we have to say. Thank you all for watching the Adams Brothers podcast. This is no doubt the hottest podcast in the Tri-County area here of South Florida, here of Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. Thank you all, everybody that called in tonight, everybody that wanted to call in.
Tell us some of them that called in. We had some great guests.
We had Commissioner Daniel Shinesky, City Commissioner here in District 3 for Deerfield Beach. He called in. We had former City of Deerfield Beach Mayor Peggy Nolan. She called in. passionately. They called in. These people, they poured their heart out.
Mr. George.
Mr. George called
Yes.
in. I forgot his first name, but Mr. George, thank you for calling in. Sandra Major, thank
Sandra
you
Major
for calling
called
in. We thought
yes.
Dan Hurst was going to call in. I don't know what happened to Dan Hurst. He used to be the first one to call in, but thank you all for calling in. We love each and every last one of
Yeah.
you. We are unbought and unbossed.
Pray for this city, man. Pray for the
this city, man.
commissioners. Pray for everyone, man. Don't. Those good commissioners up there, I think they hearts
They
are in the
mean
right
well.
place, but pray for them.
They mean
Pray for this city, pray for the state, pray for this country, pray for our troops, pray for our firefighters, doctors,
everything.
lawyers,
man.
municipal workers.
No doubt.
Pray for them. Thank you. Man.
Thank you all. Really appreciate each and every last one of you that chimed in tonight and got in on the dialogue, man. We love each and every last one of you. And there ain't a damn thing that you can do about it. We got to keep on
That's right,
bringing
like
you
Mr. George said.
transparency and facts here on this podcast. Anybody that knows us, we're approachable. If you see us out in public, please come up to us and say hi. I'm Daryl. This is Wayne. If you don't know who we are, everyone says we look alike and we're twins and all of this and that. If you don't know who we are, just say, hey, are you Wayne or are you Daryl? That's all you got to say. We'll tell you. We don't hide from anybody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for rocking with the Adams and Brothers podcast.
And
We
don't
love
forget
you
to
all.
drop some money on our Cash App and Zelle.
We love to 'em.
It's in the check. Cash App, $ Adams Brothers Podcast. Zelle, Adams Brothers Podcast at gmail.com. We had a great show here tonight. Hey, put something on our book, anything, 5, 10, whatever you can afford. We appreciate it. We don't use it. It goes back into buying equipment. So thank everyone. God bless everyone. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Y'all have a good evening and a good week.
Thank you all for rocking with us. We will see you all next week for another hot podcast. We love you all, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Good night, everybody.